Greetings, everybody. Shalom. Ahaya Mikael Israel. I go by the name Archangel McIntosh, aka Mikael Israel. I am from the 12 tribes of Israel, the tribe of Lawaya, and the tribe of Judah. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you guys a lot of encouraging words to rejuvenate your faith and strengthen your connection with the Most High I Am, the Most High Christ consciousness. Well, most of the things I'm going to be reading to you today is going to be coming directly from the scriptures and directly from the books. And I hope you guys hang with me and learn what you need to learn today. It's going to be very interesting, very fun, and very straight to the point. Before we begin, I do want to say Halalahaya, which means all praises to the Most High Ahaya, all praises to the great I Am, all praises to the higher self. All praises to our one self, our one consciousness. And may we continue to live in peace and harmony with each other down here as brothers and sisters, and continue to live by the commandments that we've been commanded and given by our Most High Creator, Ahaya, Bahasham Yashiaya. I am in the name of Christ, truth, peace, love, and light. Also, I wanted to say, Kwam Yasharala, Kwam to all the 12 tribes of Israel, Kwam for all my conscious people out there who are independent, who only depend on the Most High, and Kwam for all of you out there who are putting out the message and helping those that need to hear the message. Continue to spread the message and continue to be a harbinger and continue to be a light and a beacon for those that need a torch to walk through the darkness that illuminate outside of this light and circle I stand within. So before we do begin, I want to go ahead and start off with a prayer. Out of respect and honor, may you please close your eye. You don't need to bow your head. Just put your hands before your heart in a prayer form, and we'll go ahead and begin. This is from Matthew 6, section 6. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. And here we go. And pardon me, it's Matthew 6, section 9. Our Abba, our Father who is in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Deliver us from wickedness and non-positive energy. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. So forgive us for our debts and trespasses, as we forgive our debtors and trespassers. Those who trespass on your will and your rights, we forgive them with all our heart, in the name of Yashiaya. All right. Also, to begin this, I want to begin with the protection of the archangels. It's very important to work with the archangels, because they are pretty much a servant and the messengers of the Most High, just like most of us angels here in flesh are. These angels, they are constantly guiding us, protecting us, cutting away bad energy, healing us, reminding us who we are, steering us in a positive path, and constantly trying to keep communication between us and the Most High. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to the 4 main archangels that they speak of in the Helios Biblios, the Bible. And go ahead and put on my song. Alright. We call upon you, Archangel Uriel, Awariel, or Ariel, Awariel in Hebrew. Awariel, Archangel Awariel, and Archangel Ariel. That name means God's light, or God is light. Ahaya is light, I am light, or fire of Ahaya, or aura of Ahaya, of God, fire of God, aura of God. I also want to call upon Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, Mayakal, or Mikael. We call upon you, Archangel Mayakal, Mikael. That name means he who is like Ahaya, he who is like I am, God, or he who looks like God, he who looks like Ahaya, I am. I call upon you, Archangel Raphael. I call upon you, Archangel Raphael. In Hebrew, it's called Raphael or Raphael. That name means God heals, or God has healed. Ahaya heals, or Ahaya has healed. Rapha means doctor or healer. And we finally call upon you, Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel. In Hebrew is called Gabariel. Archangel Gabariel or Gabriel. Gabriel. That name means God is my strength. We call upon the four quadrants of the universe, the four corners of the universe. We call upon Archangel Yis-RoyAl, leader of the north. We call upon Archangel Michael, leader of the south. We call upon you, Archangel Raphael, angel of the east. And we call upon you, Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel, angel of the west. Archangel Yis-RoyAl, his responsibility is to illuminate situations and to give prophetic information and warnings, help you to avert events or to heal and recover in their aftermath. It also defends the element of earth and of the north. This angel is an angel of nature, Yis-RoyAl, visions, instructions, and he is the custodian of prophecy, perhaps because of his connection to Noah and the weather elements of thunder and lightning. Yis-RoyAl is considered an archangel that helps us out with natural disasters. Ask for peace, devotion, inspiration, stability, service, ministration, spiritual understanding, problem solving, literature, music, tranquility, stillness, and resting within love energy. Archangel Yis-RoyAl's color is gold, which stands for enlightened fire, and purple, which stands for power of transmutation and forgiveness. Archangel Michael, he who is like God, he is responsible for getting rid of all fears, building divine courage and bravery, giving guidance and direction for those who need help or assistance in their life's purpose or career path. My words is my sword. To clarify or make changes, to defend the elements of fire, sun, and of the south, and leader of the archangels. Ask Archangel Michael for divine power, organization, strength, justice, encouragement, courage, protection, spiritual growth to overcome obstacles, and clearing your space of any discouraging energy. Archangel Michael's color is blue, liquid blue. Archangel Raphael, name means God heals or God has healed. His responsibility is to heal humans and animals' physical body, thoughts, and soul, and to defend the elements of air and of the east. Ask for divine qualities of truth, love, joy, laughter, rejuvenation, healing, medicine, to quit addictions, for transmuting bad to good, healing of earth and its inhabitants, grace, compassion, protection, and highest outcome. Archangel Raphael's color is green. for the heart chakra. Luminescent green, green pure light. Archangel Gabriel, mean God is my strength, is responsible for child conception and child adopting, art, communication, defending the elements of water and of the west, resurrection, mercy, and peace. Ask Archangel Gabriel for purity, hope, ascension, divine messages, resurrection, rebirth, divine blueprint, creativity, prophecy, purifying your thoughts, body and emotions, communication, art, and to awaken your angelic perspective. Archangel Gabriel's color is divine white light. The twin flames, divine pure white light. So once again, we call on Archangel Yis-RoyAl of the north, angel of nature, angel of the element of earth. We ask for peace, devotion, inspiration, and to illuminate us with your golden light and fire and purple power of transmutation and forgiveness. We call upon you as well, Archangel Michael, Archangel of the Archangel of the south, Archangel of the element of fire, leader of the angels. We call upon you for divine power, overcoming obstacles, spiritual growth, and clearing our spiritual space of discouraging energy with your blue light sword. We call upon you, Archangel Raphael, Archangel of the east and angel of the element air. We call upon you for divine qualities of truth, love, joy, laughter, rejuvenation, healing, and to quit addictions so we can transmute bad into good with the color green, liquid green light. And we call upon you, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel of the west and Archangel of the element of water. We call upon you for resurrection, mercy, and peace, purity, ascension, divine messages, and prophecy. May you continue to guide us and keep us safe within your divine pure white light. May we give him a moment of silence. Feel our presence now, dear friend, dear family, and dear ally. We are here with you, protecting every corner of your existence and being. From all four quadrants of the universe and galaxies, we are here to protect you. Remain centered as we surround you in each corner like a bodyguard and protector. We promise to keep you safe. This is our job as honorable, holy angels of the Most High Ahaya, Bahasham Yashiaya, in the name of Christ, in the name of light, truth, justice, peace, and freedom. May we all be set free from our bondages. Vroom. Your powers have been restored. We are with you. Halalahaya, 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 kuwam mahaya. Alright, we're going to begin with Matthew 6. If you want to keep up with me, you can. It's right here. I'm going to be singing through this, so. Alright. Matthew 6, section 1. Take heed that you give not your alms before men. I mean, don't look for pity. Don't throw out your pittiness, your shame out there, or your misery to try to get attention. So take heed that you give not your alms before men, to be seen of them. Otherwise you have no reward of your Father who is in heaven. Therefore, when you give your alms, do not sound the trumpet before you. Also your alms will be your prayers, your gratitude, your thankfulness, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But when you give alms, prayer, let not your left hand know what your right hand does. So do it in secret. Don't be trying to show off with your prayers and all that stuff. That's the ego. That your alms may be in secret, and your Abba, who sees in secret himself, shall reward you openly. And when you pray, you shall not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily, I say unto you, they have their reward. But you, when you pray, enter your room, and when you have shut your door, pray to your Abba, who is in secret, and your Abba, who sees in secret, shall reward you openly. And this is what it says in a different translation. Watch out, don't do your good deeds publicly, to be admired by others, for you will lose the reward from your Father in heaven. When you give to someone in need, don't do as the hypocrites do, blowing trumpets, trying to get people's attention, in the synagogues and streets to call attention to their acts of charity. I tell you the truth, they have received all the reward they will ever get. Like celebrities showing off when they adopt a new kid type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? I just adopted a kid, you should glorify me and praise me and stuff like that. But when you give to someone in need, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Give your gifts in private, and your Father who sees everything in secret and hidden will reward you. When you pray, don't be like the hypocrites who love to pray publicly on street corners and in the synagogues where everyone can see them. I tell you the truth, that this is all the reward they will ever get. But when you pray, go away by yourself, shut the door behind you, and pray to your Father in private. Then your Father who sees everything will reward you. When you pray, don't babble on and on as people of other religions do. Simply give gratitude, simply give thanks, simply tell the Most High, I appreciate what you do. All praises to you. I appreciate everything I am, everything that I have, everything that I've experienced, everything. I give it all back to you. Thank you for letting me borrow it. Amen. They think their prayers are answered merely by repeating their words over again and again. Don't be like them, for your Father knows exactly what you need, even before you ask Him. Pray like this. Alright, now here we go. This is the prayer that we're doing. How to pray. So, but when you pray, use not vain repetitions as the heathen do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. Be not therefore like them, for your Father, Abba, knows what things you have needs of before you ask Him. After this manner, therefore pray. Our Abba, our Father, who is in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, which is the wisdom, the truth, the light, and forgive us and the money as well, the prosperity that comes from light. And forgive us our debts as we forgive, and forgive us our debts and trespasses as we forgive our debtors and trespassers. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Hallelujah. For if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Proper fasting. Moreover, when you fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, those who are fasting and they're showing you that they've been fasting through their face. I haven't eaten in a couple of days. I've been fasting, trying to get attention and trying to get praise and sympathy. That's a sad countenance. For they disfigure their faces, looking sad, upset. Oh, I haven't eaten. I'm fasting. Like they're miserable doing it when you're supposed to be joyous. That they may appear unto men to fast. Verily, I say unto you, they have their reward. But you, when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face. So keep yourself upbeat, keep yourself fresh, keep yourself looking good. You know what I'm saying? Whatever non-positive energy and feelings that come to you, let it go easily and quickly. Let it come and go. Because you have made your choice. This is what you're going to do. This is what you want to do. And you're going to fast. So anoint your head. Open your crown chakra. And wash your face. Wake yourself up. Look alive. Move around. Be active. That you appear not unto men to fast. So you don't look like you've been fasting. You look like you've been fine. Like breatharians. But unto your Father who is in secret, and your Father who sees in secret shall reward you openly. Treasures in heaven. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon heaven, upon earth, because all these things on earth we have, all these accumulations will go back eventually. They all have to go back. They all are perishable. Nothing in this physical world lasts forever, except the sky, the ocean, things like that, if Yashiaya wills, if the Most High wills it. If the Most High don't will it, then it can take away everything. Everything can go back into its little suitcase and package before the Big Bang type of thing, and until the Creator want to all of a sudden let it back out, which is the Big Bang all over again, the beginning of something and the end of something. Alright, so lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust does corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven. So build your spiritual treasure, your soul treasure, your consciousness treasure. Store wisdom, light, truth, peace. That's spiritual treasure, because it can get you far even after this life. What you use in this life is only useful in this life, which means it won't be useful in the next life, because the next life is a whole new game. That's why it's the next. The new. So, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither in positive energy, love, joy, peace, prosperity, freedom, where neither moth nor rust does corrupt, because those things cannot touch the spirit. It's intangible, although it's spiritually tangible. It is physically intangible. And where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So your heart is your treasure, ultimate. And the way your heart's literally a treasure box. And the more you fill up that treasure box with treasure, wisdom, truth, peace, love, light, you have a lot to give. You have a lot to hold. You have a lot to leave with. But if you're trying to store up physical treasure, none of it can even enter your heart. Or your heart will explode trying to put all that money and gold and cars and houses into your small heart. You see? So a big heart contains spiritual treasure. It's rich in spiritual knowledge and spiritual wisdom. Wise dominance. The wise dominance the ignorance. The wise dominate the ignorance. So store up the treasures that will fill your heart up with joy and light. Also work on the light of the body, which is the light body, or the body of light, because you are a light being. You are a harbinger. You are a light bringer. You see? Which means you come with light. You're not here to find light only and seek for light and use other lights and other people's light and hear me shine light on you. But you're here to shine light on me, to shine light on the world, to bring your light literally into the darkest areas and illuminate it, brighten it, shine it up, full of pure white light. So the light of the body is the eye. Your first eye, your third eye, your psychic eye, your spiritual eye, your intuitive eye, your dreams eye, your inner eye, your mind's eye, your thoughts eye, your vision's eye, the eye that sees your thoughts, your first eye. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore your eye be sound, your whole body shall be full of light. But if your eye be evil, non-positive, your whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in you be darkness, how great is that darkness? And if your body is full of light, how bright is your light? How potent are you? How powerful are you as a light being that has nothing to prove but to simply be and shine? only one master. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he would hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve Yashiaya and Mammon, the opposite of Yashiaya. I'm not. You can't serve I am and I'm not at the same time. You either are or you're not. You're either gonna do it or you're not. You're either good or you're bad, light or dark. So do not worry, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what you shall eat, or what you shall drink, nor yet for your body, what you shall put on. Is not life more than food, and the body than clothing? Think about it. There's more to who you are than the food, than the drinking, than the house, than the sex and the pleasure and the thoughts and all that. Regardless of all that, who are you? Truly, who are you? Because that's what you're here to figure out. That's what you're here to find and grab a hold of, a grip of, and be that thing, regardless of what threats, temptation, or manipulation or distractions try to alter your way. They cannot, in the name and the vibration of Mikael. Your words is your sword, therefore what you tell yourself within your head, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, is your sword. It will help you cut through the obstacles and the blocks. Anybody can break through brick walls like a bulldozer going at 1,000 speed of light. Right through that brick wall. Blow, just gone. Be gone. Get out of my way, obstacles. That's what Archangel Michael for, Mayaka. You see? So let's continue. We are much more than the body, the food, the drinks, and all that stuff, the pleasures. We are something greater. And that's what makes the word I am such an omnipotent, powerful word. You see what I'm saying? I am. I am that I am. I am complete. I am holy. I am satisfied. I am genuine. I am prosperous. You see all this I am, I am, I am, I am. Yashiaya. So behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns. Yet your heavenly Abba feeds them. Are you much better than they? So even the birds of the air, you know, in the animals of the wild, they have no home. They don't plant food. They can't garden and stuff like that. But still, nor can they reap, which means nor can they pick out their fruits that they had sowed. You know, you reap what you sow. You get what you plant. And nor can they make barns like humans can. So you can't farm animals, cows, chickens, goats, all types of stuff, you know, fish. Because you have to have a barn. If you don't have a barn, you're nowhere near prosperity, even if you have cash. You have to have your own farm. You have to have your own animals and know how to fish your own food. Because this is what this earth's for. To learn how to survive on your own with the great I am, Yashiaya. So yet your heavenly Father feeds them. So even though the animals, the wild animals, the birds, the beasts, everything, they still find food to eat. How? Because the Creator is taking care of everything. Everything is in the hand and control of the Most High. Ultimately, the only sovereign in this universe is the Most High, Yashiaya, the Spirit. Only the Spirit is the Most High. You see what I'm saying? Only the Spirit is sovereign. So therefore, the sovereign Spirit that governs us all, you know what I'm saying, is taking care of everything. While us, this spirit in this flesh, take care of just this flesh. Because that's the job we're appointed to as a soul, which is a higher ego, the higher identity. The lower identity would be the human ego, which is what the soul is working on. The soul is working on the human identity, working to make this human whole with the Most High, with the soul, so the soul can connect it with the spirit, which is what the soul and the body is. It's just spirit, just breath, just air. Air, matter, dust, dirt, earth, that's all we are. Wind and dirt. From that I come, to that I shall return. So are you much better than they? No, no one's better than anything. We're all equal and everything is planned out for us. We will be provided for. We will be sustained. We will be fed. We will be kept up. If we fall, we will be placed back up, back onto our 2 feet, and ground ourselves into the reality of who I am. Ahaya, Bahasham, Yashiaya. So which of you, by taking thought, can add 1 cubit unto his stature? And why take you thought for clothing? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. So the grass grows effortlessly, plants grow effortlessly. It does not strain to grow, and it does not strain to feed, nor do they strain to absorb the sunlight. They simply be, and they simply grow. They don't resist, they go with the flow. Whether it's good weather or bad weather, they're out there strong and tall. You don't see grass and trees trying to harm themselves or kill themselves or injure themselves because the weather ain't what they like it to be. Metaphorically, the weather is the emotion. So you gotta know how to be strong as a tree, as strong as a strong-rooted tree, standing tall and blossom like a 12,000 petal lotus, like a lily, like a blossom. And let yourself be like the wind. Just simply go through all your experiences like the flow of water, and at the same time being as firm as fire and earth. So you are the elements, dear friend. So, and why take you thought for clothing? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you, that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Therefore, if Ahaya so clothe the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not more clothe you, or you of the little faith? So you have to wear your faith. That is literally your uniform, your form. That is the only form you have is faith, which is no form really. You go in and out of form. So your only form is faith. Whatever you believe, whatever you perceive, whatever you visualize and conceive in your mentality and in your mind and heart will be what you get. It will be what you sow and will reap. So your faith is literally your uniform, your jacket, your clothing. Keeps you warm in the winter, and it keeps you cool in the summertime. And it blocks you from rain. And it also protects you from snow. It protects your entire being. You see, faith, 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 faith. Therefore, take no thought saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or how shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. So only the Gentile, the Satanists, the heathen seek for those things, these earthly pleasures. And that creates fear in them. What are we going to wear? What are we going to eat? What are we going to do? The end of the world's coming. What can we do? Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So for your heavenly Father knows that you have need of all things. They already know what you need. So just tell it thank you. Tell it you appreciate it. Give gratitude. And the more you do that as part of your prayer, which is a sending of thankfulness, a genuine thankfulness from the heart. That's why you pray with both of your hands united in front of your heart. Good things happen. And don't look at it like that either. Don't look at it as if something good or bad is going to happen. Just do it out of your heart. Do it from your heart. For the sake of praying. For the sake of doing it. Thank you for everything that I have. Thank you for my voice. Thank you for my sight. Thank you for my ability to taste. Thank you for keeping my spirit aligned with you. Thank you for letting me be who I am and see the things that I see and experience the things I experience as I experience them. Thank you for who I am. I am that I am. In the name of my Creator, Yashiaya, I am. But seek you first the kingdom, the king of dominance, king domain of Yashiaya, which is in your consciousness. The kingdom of the Most High is in your consciousness. It is in your mind. It is in the way you think. It is in the way you breathe. It is in the way you feel. It is in the way you act. It is everything about you. You see? You are the Most High when you realize it and begin to act like it fully. Because the Most High is honorable. Are you honorable? The Most High is truthful. Are you truthful? The Most High is genuine. Are you truly genuine? Do you speak from your heart like the Most High do? Are you creative and inspiring like the Creator is? In each and every word of the Creator, you can tell He's inspiring. You can tell He's uplifting you. It's a different feeling for many. That's why many run away from it. They're afraid of righteousness, the right brain, which is emotion, telepathy, connection, empathy. And all these things shall be added unto you. So, but seek you first the kingdom of Yashiaya, the Most High, and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. So they're cherries on top after you do everything else. Once you know who the Most High is, everything else falls into its place. Eventually, by the time you know the Most High and everything start to fall into its place, you get so used to not being attached to this physical world or the spiritual world, but simply be, to the point where you have the things you wanted the whole time, but now it's okay. It doesn't matter if you have it or not. It's like, it's whatever. I appreciate this. I love this. Thank you. But I can actually live without it now. You see, so the kingdom of the Most High will set you free. But if you go after the material possessions first, the earthly treasures, and you don't have the Most High, which is truth, love, light, and I am who you are, whoever you are, then when you accumulate these things and you lose them, you lose your heart too. So where your treasure is at is where your heart is at. And you put your heart into what you term treasure. So what is your treasure? Spirit or the earth? The material? Got to make a choice. The earth will take care of itself. We got to choose spirit. Plus this earth is hell. You'll figure that out as you go in life. Doesn't mean it's a non-good place. It's just what they've been describing the whole time, and the beast is us. The devils and the demons are us, and the governments and all this stuff. Idol worshipping, destroying life, thinking that we're only meat suits running around the world and we won't face any punishments or consequences on the other side in the divine court of the Most High. While the Most High is the judge and the angels are the jury, which who have witnessed you in honor and truth of you doing what you do. So you will be judged based on your own works. You'll be judged based on your own making. It's as if you're judging yourself. So if you're storing up good things and good feelings, those good feelings become treasure for you in heaven. It's as if you enter the palace of the heavenly Most High's home. Nothing but pure white light, peace, love, and light, joy, ecstasy. You see? Alright, let's continue. All love to you guys. Barakanta, barakanta. Bless you. Take therefore no thought for tomorrow shall take thought of the things for itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. So take therefore no thought for tomorrow shall take thought of the things for itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Alright, let's go ahead and continue. Matthew 7, section 7. Judge not that you be not judged. For with what judgment you judge, you shall be judged. And with what measure you measure, it shall be measured to you again. And why? Behold you the speck that is in your brother's eye, but consider not the beam that is in your own eye. So how can you see what's in someone else's eye, but don't see what's in your own eye? Because it's easier to see what's in front of you than to see what's within, than to see what's in. Everything constantly points to inwardly, to be inward, to be self, to look at self, heal self, to become a self-master. Similar to what Buddha was doing, the meditation, quieting the mind, detaching from the senses and stuff like that, so you wouldn't be controlled by this earthly experience. So how can you see what's in someone else's eye but don't see what's in your eye? How can you talk about how someone else's breath and doo-doo stink but don't smell your breath and your doo-doo? You see what I'm saying? No one's perfect. We're all sinners. We're all beasts. We're all animals. We all are just one tiny speck thinking that we're greater than everything. But yet we don't see how tiny we are, but we call other people tiny. These are things I'm still becoming aware of myself, you see. But I surrender to the will of Yashiaya, the Most High, Bahasham Yashiaya, in the name of truth, peace, love, and light. which had came here and died for me. And it didn't die, because it can't. Truth is ultimate. It is eternal, infinite. Alright. Or how will you say to your brother, let me pull the speck out of your eye, and behold, a beam is in your own eye? You hypocrite. First cast out the beam out of your own eye, and then shall you see clearly to cast out the speck out of your brother's eye. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn again, and tear you. Ask, seek, knock. Ask, and it shall be given you. Ask, what do you want? What do you want? Even if it's something you think you need, ask, and you shall be given an answer. You shall be answered. So ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asks receives, and he that seeks finds, and to him that knocks it shall be opened. Or what man is there of you, whom if his son asks bread, will he give him a stone? So why would you ask the Creator for peace and the Creator give you hate? And why would you ask for hate and the Creator give you peace? You get what you ask for. It is what it is. What you see is what you're asking. So if you're picturing yourself being healthy and strong, and you're seeing the vision of you being healthy and strong, and you're emotionally connected and fueling to the vision of you being healthy and strong. Healthy and strong is the vision. All types of ways of you being healthy and strong. What does healthy and strong mean to you? What would be a healthy and strong activity? What would a healthy and strong person do? What would a healthy and strong person feel? How does a healthy and strong person walk? How does a healthy and strong person speak? How does a healthy and strong person feel? You see, all these things, you have to emotionally fuel yourself up with how that thought should feel and be. This is literally you breathing life into the thought. So the thoughts and the feelings you have are what you're asking for. So it shall be given to you. The thoughts and the feelings that you are containing and fueling is what you're seeking, and you shall find it. And the thoughts and emotional feelings, emotional visions that you are conceiving and perceiving in your mind, in your mind's eye, is the door that you were knocking on, and it shall be open unto you. So the asking process and the seeking process and the knocking process don't work based on the words that we're exerting and uttering and saying. It works based on the thoughts that we have, the feelings that we have behind them, and how we act on bringing it to life together. I have this thought, I have this feeling about this thought, this is how I'm going to do it. Boom. So ask and it shall be given you, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asks receives, and he that seeks finds, and to him that knocks it shall be opened. Or what man is there of you whom if his son asks bread, will he give him a stone? And we're literally the child of the Most High. If he asks a fish, will he give him a serpent? If you then, being evil, non-positive, malicious, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father, who is in heaven, give good things to them that ask him? So if you then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father, Abba, who is in heaven, give good things to them that ask him? And he's righteous. Therefore all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you, do you even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets, which mean everything is based on cause and effect. Whatsoever you would that men should do to you, do you even so to them. So do unto others what you want others to do unto you, in other words, and do for yourself what you want others to do for their self. You know, or do for yourself what you want others to do for yourself. Pretty much everything starts off with how you treat things, cause and effect. You treat something good, good things happen, and it spirals into a domino effect and comes back around. If you do something not so good, then not so good things come back around until it comes back around and you cleanse it and deal with what you received and the consequences and the rewards of what you have caused, and then move forward, which is all part of going with the flow like water, forgiving, which is the transmutation, the fire that burns away the old, brings in the new, and becoming grounded again to who you are and your foundation of truth, love, light, peace, and Yashiaya, which is earth, the earth element, staying grounded, rooted to your foundation. Doesn't mean you're rooted to earth, but it represents foundation, like the earth tree. Firmly grounded and rooted to everything that is the soil, which represents consciousness that feeds it and gives it nutrients. That's how your consciousness is, your mind and your brain. It receives nutrients and vitamins from positive things, from love, from light, from wisdom, truth. You see, knowledge, knowing. So this is spiritual food, soul food. Narrow and wide gates. Enter in at the narrow gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leads to destruction. And many there be who go in there. And many there be who go in there. Because narrow is the gate, and narrow is the way which leads unto life, and few there be that find it. So only a few find this way, because the way to the Most High is one way, the only way, and it's a narrow way. Once you go in it, there's no turning back, and once you get out of it, there's no turning back. You have to go all the way down to the end of the street, hit the dead end, go around the roundabout just to turn back around to go the right way. If you try to drive it reverse, you might crash into something else, so you can't do it. You have to go forward no matter what. So the road of the Most High, the road of spiritual freedom and ecstasy, is a narrow way with a narrow gate, which leads unto life, which is one big ocean of consciousness, of sea, potential, of life, existence. You see? And few there be that find it. So only a few will find it. No prophets by their fruits. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. You shall know them by their fruits, by what they do, by what they say, by what they cause. You can tell a berry by the way it looks. The deeper the berry, the sweeter the juice, the healthier it looks. But the more rotten and brownish and whitish, the berries start to look like the white fuzz, it's not good. There's no need to even try it. There's no need to touch it. There's no need to taste it, take it, throw it away. So you can tell the people by their fruits, by what they say. Because their words or fruits is either giving you life or it's taking away life. So recognize when someone's giving you life, to be open to that type of wisdom, if you wish, if you desire, if you intend. Will I am. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree brings forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree brings forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit. So good and bad are two different things. Positive and negative, two different things, although they come from the one. You have to make a choice here. Neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that brings not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Therefore, by their fruits you shall know them. And you cannot turn a berry into a stone, and you can't turn a stone into a berry. What it is what it is, and what it is what it's always gonna be. Once it go rotten, it is rotten, it is spoiled. But once it is fresh and innocent and pure and rejuvenated, that's what it is. It's pure, rejuvenated, innocent, and still fresh. You see? So it is what it is. There's no need to try to attempt to turn a rotten berry into a stone or into a rock, knowing that it's a berry, and a berry is a berry, and a rock is a rock. You see, you can't change certain people because they are who they are, and they are who they're gonna be, and things are what it is and how it's gonna be. You can only stress yourself about it or go with the flow like Christ did. Christ Yashiaya, the Mashiach. We call upon you, Archangel Raphael, to heal us, to guide us, to open our heart, to strengthen us with your green ray. And we call upon you, Archangel Michael, to cut away any blockages or obstacles or anything that is keeping a grip or a bondage to our thoughts and our ideas of ourselves and what's being said and what's going on. May you break through all these obstacles that disable us from being able to speak up and speak the truth and speak from the great I am. May continue to speak to us from our inner voice. Do you hear yourself speaking to yourself within? Tell yourself, I hear myself speaking to myself within. I hear myself speaking to myself within. You heard that voice in your head? Do it again. That is the voice. Be aware of it. That voice been controlling your entire life. It's your inner reading voice. When you're reading a book silently, that is that voice. So you speak to yourself constantly, consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously. So may Michael unblock any blockages that may be in your wording, that may be in your thought process, that may be in your ideas, and may help you see your idea clearly and what you want to say clearly, to the point you are an effective speaker. You can use your words as a form of a spell to eliminate bad things, which spell means to write, to spell, to scribe. You see, to write. And so you write words, you spell words. So your word is your wand, it is your sword, and it is your shield. Your words can block you, can block things from you, or block you. Your words can cut you, it's like a two-edged sword, or it can cut others. And your words is also a shield. It can either shield you, or you can use your words to shield something else. So use your wand, shield, and your word light, your word sword, to eliminate any blockages that may be in your way in the vibration of Michael. Alright, let's continue. I never knew you. Not everyone that says unto me, Yashiaya, Yashiaya, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that does the will of my Abba who is in heaven. So those who live in the will of the Most High and execute the will of the Most High and implement the will and testament of the Most High are those who will end up seeing heaven's gate, or are those who will be experiencing the kingdom of heaven, which is the deepest inner world, the deepest, highest sense of love, peace, truth, and light that you can ever experience. Literally, it's so positive and it's so luminescent, so bright of a light that if your body try to go near it, it will burn. It will break into pieces. It will literally shatter, because the love that the Most High Yashiaya contains, it just makes you feel so weird instantly. And it makes you feel like you have goosebumps all over your skin. And the back of your neck and the hair all over your skin lifts up 1,000 folds, to a point like, oh my gosh, I'm in the presence of something holy. Something extremely holy. I repent. Forgive me. I'm sorry. Whoa. You know, because the light of the Most High is so brilliant, so bright, so pure. It shines and shines and shines, brighter than 1 billion suns put together. So the only ones who will be able to see the kingdom of the Most High is those who are as equal and potent and powerful as the light and love and wisdom of the humble Most High. So many will say to me in that day, in the end times, these end times, Yashiaya, Yashiaya, have we not prophesied in your name? And in your name has cast out demons, and in your name done many wonderful works. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you that work for iniquity. So those who work for folly, those who work for wickedness and negative energy and things like that will never see the holy gates of the Most High. They will be kept away, and they'll be placed in a quarantine until their energy is restored back to the pure state of pure, raw, white light, pure white light, pure luminescent light, to be able to illuminate and shine like pure white light again. and be able to become the pure raw void without losing the light and keeping the light wherever you go, because the light is your sword, shield, and wand. So it's not necessarily a punishment, it's just a safety mechanism. You know, it's a safety gate. That's why there are the leaders of the gate, or the keepers of the gate, which is supposed to guard certain knowledge until certain people are ready for that type of knowledge. It's like a spiritual initiation with holy gates and ladders to walk up and doors to go past and beasts and animals to beat before you conquer it and become courageous and full of courage and faith, honor, and integrity, and finally move on to the next door and fight an even bigger monster, and eventually at the end there's just nothing but pure white light and peace and humility, humbleness, the passion of Christ, the passion of Yashiaya, the passion of infinite, unconditionalized love. No matter what you do, it always loves you and embraces you. This is what I call I am. Wise and foolish builders. Therefore, whosoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him unto a wise man who built his house upon a rock. So the house will be your wisdom, your mentality, your consciousness, your heart, your emotions, upon a high rock where no one can touch it. No matter what words they try to use to bring you down, no matter what strategy they use to try to bring you down, no matter what type of doubts they try to put on you, it just fails each time. It just fails each time, because each time it gets near your pure white light, near the pure white light of the most almighty I am, Yis-RoyAl, it disintegrates right before it. So the Most High literally protects you. Nothing, not within that light, in that circle of light, the holiness of the light, none of it can get near you unless it is of that light, or it will shatter itself. That's why the demons have to lower your energy and lower your frequency in order to be able to manipulate you and work through you and use you and eventually make you feel so low to a point where you don't even care about going up. Like, forget it, I'm already all the way down here, I can't go up. And that's not heaven. Many people are stuck there. Happily, I am free. I am one of the archangels of the heavenly gates, of the gate of the north, Archangel Michael. And whether I am or not, it doesn't matter. I just know I am of the Most High. Whether if I go to heaven or hell, I just know each time, no matter where I'm at, no matter what happened, my soul, my spirit, my being belongs to the Most High, and I am of the Most High. And I will always be of the Most High, because the Most High is the only thing that exists. Ahaya, Bahasham, Yashiaya. Hallelujah. 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 And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not. So no matter what rain came, no matter what came, no matter what flood, no matter what wind blew that beat upon the house of the wise, the heart of the wise, the strong, he that has not have his heart touched, he that has an impeccable heart, it fell not, which means it did not fall, for it was founded upon a rock. And this goes back to the element of earth again, rock, groundedness, being firm, like water though, passively firm. And everyone that hears these sayings of mine and does them not shall be likened unto a foolish man who built his house upon the sand. So those who do not take the word in and does not implement the word and does not execute the word and does not live under the commandments and let their spirit expand spiritually, consciously, intellectually, mentally, emotionally, all types of ways, then that person's like a person who built their house upon sand. Worst of all, quicksand. So now they're sinking quick. They're going down instead of breaking all laws of gravity and moving up, like the air and wind, like the ascension of a plane or ascension of a bird beginning flight or in flight or flying. Either way, they need to move up instead of go down. So, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. And it came to pass when Yashiaya had ended these sayings, The people were astonished at his teaching, for he taught them as one having authority and not as the scribes. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next section. I want to read this wonderful passage from 1 Peter section 2. Hold on one second. Halalahaya, halalahaya, halalahaya. All praises to the Most High. Hal means hail. Al means pretty much El or God. And Ahaya means the Most High am. So Hal al Ahaya, halalahaya. Alright, so get rid of all evil behavior. Get rid of all non-positive behavior. Get rid of all nasty behavior. Get rid of all arrogant behavior. Be done with all deceit, hypocrisy, jealousy, and all unkind speech. Which means you have to start changing the way you speak, the way you approach people, the words that you use. We have to completely reform that. Because the non-positive entities in the system and government had trained us to believe these things that we believe and talk the ways we talk and say the things that we say. But if you listen to the spirit of your heart and the spirit of the Most High, you know that you shouldn't be talking and acting that way. It's not of the Most High. You know what is of the Most High. So like newborn babies, you must crave pure spiritual milk. Pure spiritual milk. So that you will grow into a full experience of salvation. Full, holy, complete, whole, satisfied. Sphere, circumference, pi, circle. Cry out for this nourishment now that you have had a taste of Ahaya's kindness. So now once again, cry out for this nourishment now that you have had a taste of Ahaya's kindness. Living stones for Ahaya's house. You are coming to Christ Yashiaya, who is the living cornerstone of Ahaya's temple, the temple of your consciousness, your mind, your spirit. He was rejected by people, but he was chosen by Ahaya for great honor. And you are living stones that Ahaya is building into his spiritual temple. What's more, you are his holy priest. Through the meditation of Christ Yashiaya, you offer spiritual sacrifices that please Ahaya. So spiritual sacrifices, not physical sacrifices. Remember, the satanic people do physical sacrifices, physical circumcisions, physical killings and stuff like that. The Most High can't do anything with that. That's the dead. Leave the dead for the dead. So it wants a spiritual sacrifice because your spirit is forever alive. Your spirit is forever breathing. Your spirit is breath, and breath is life. That's why they call it the breath of life, the spirit of existence. So a spiritual sacrifice is much more pleasing than a physical sacrifice. So as the scriptures say, I am placing a cornerstone in Jerusalem, chosen for great honor, and anyone who trusts in him will never be disgraced. Yashiaya. Yes, you who trust him, Yashiaya, recognize the honor Ahaya has given him. But for those who reject Yashiaya, the stone that the builders rejected has now become the cornerstone. And he is the stone that makes people stumble, the rock that makes them fall. They stumble because they do not obey Ahaya's words, and so they meet the fate that was planned for them. But you are not like that, for you are a chosen people. Yis-RoyAl, Israel, the tribe of Jacob and Isaac. You are royal priest, a holy nation, Ahaya's very own possession. As a result, you can show others the goodness of Ahaya, for he called you out of the darkness into his wonderful light. Once you had no identity as a people, Yis-RoyAl, Israel, Now you were Ahaya's people, chosen people, the 12 tribes of Yashiaya, Israel. Once you received no mercy, now you have received Ahaya's mercy. Dear friends, I warn you as a temporary residents and foreigners, as temporary residents and foreigners of the earth, to keep away from worldly desires that wage war against your very souls. So it's a battle between spirit and the physical. Physical is telling you this is more real. You need to live here. You need to get a house. You need to get food. What are you going to wear? You need clothes. All this worry. The earthly world comes with worry. So that's why satanic. Your whole body is Satan. Your whole body is the demon. But the spirit, the soul is of the Most High. Ahaya. The Most High, the Creator, which you guys call God. The Most High. So the Most High spirit is fighting with the physical. Because it's difficult to believe what you can't see. It's difficult to believe something that can't talk to you out loud. It's difficult to believe in something that you can barely hear for yourself. You see, until you hear it for yourself, know it for yourself, and hear and feel it for yourself, the Most High. Until then, people choose the physical because it's right in front of them. It's what they can see. That goes back to the analogy that it's easier to see what's in front of you, but it's difficult to see what's within. And that's where the Creator is. Everything happens to be within. Everything happens to be where we don't want to go. You won't find the Creator in a comfortable world. The Creator is somewhere uncomfortable. That's what makes it comfortable. Because you're more comfortable here in this physical world. And you're more uncomfortable with the unknown, which is the spiritual world. So if you think about it, comfortability is a problem as well. You're not here to be comfortable and safe. You're here to be in danger. You're here to go through trials and tribulations. You're here to go through some type of challenge that will help strengthen you. Like a flower that gains strength from the strong blowing of the wind. The more the wind blows to it, the stronger it gets. But the less the wind blows to it, its stem gets thinner, thinner, and thinner. You see? So it's the hell and the pain and the suffering that makes us strong. That's what makes someone wise. So there's a battle between the spiritual and the physical. The seen and the unseen, the good and the bad, blah yada yada, you get it. So be careful to live properly among your unbelieving neighbors. Just don't end up hurting them or calling them names because they don't believe what you believe. They don't exist anyway. Nor do you, and everything's borrowed, whether we know it or not. So be careful to live properly among your unbelieving neighbors. Then even if they accuse you of doing wrong, they will see your honorable behavior, and they will give honor to Ahaya when he judges the world. Respecting people in authority. For Ahaya's sake, respect all human authority. Respect all human authority. It's the most difficultest one, but we must respect all human authority, whether it's the Illuminati, the police, the army, the government, killers, rapists, murderers, all that. Give respect, because when you do that, you open up their heart to who the Creator is. That's why you're doing it. You're making them realize that their way is not good by not telling them it's not good, but by simply showing them love and unconditional kindness and respect like the Creator would. To a point where they question yourself, why ain't this person cursing me back out? Why ain't this person treating me bad? Like, why doesn't this person care? You know, why am I beating up someone good for? I feel weird right now. Fight me, fight me. And you're like, no, I love you. I love you. I will continue to love you. Fight me. You know what I'm saying? To the point they realize that they're wrong. I mean, listen to yourself when you're saying that. Fight me. Like, what are you saying? You're weak right now and you want me to tumble with you? No, thank you. I forgive you. I let go of this and I'm moving forward. I gotta go. I hear the Creator calling me. So, let's continue. So whether the king as head of state or the officials he has appointed, so everyone has been appointed by the Most High to do their job because they're the person who's capable enough to do that job. We do not receive more than we can handle. So these government people, even though they're doing bad things, they're meant to be doing these bad things. They're appointed to bring in the end, to usher in the end. So everything is working for the Most High ultimately if you look at the bigger picture. The Most High is Prime Creator, God is a branch of Prime Creator, a branch off of Prime Creator. Look at a tree and a branch, and the other branch would be Satan, the devil, Baal, Lucifer, all that stuff. You see what I'm saying? So Prime Creator is ruling the devil, and Prime Creator is ruling God, and he's making them do things in order to fulfill its prophecy. You see what I'm saying? Because I am, Yashiaya is I am hate and I am love. I am the devil, I am God. It is both. It is the great I am. Those words don't exist. So therefore, whatever it is what it is. I am that I am. Yashiaya, Ashar, Yashiaya. So remember that. Prime Creator is the great I am, because it primarily creates. For the king has sent them to punish those who do wrong and to honor those who do right. Is it Yashia's will that your honorable lives should silence those ignorant people who make foolish accusations against you? For you were free, yet you are Yashia's slaves. So don't use your freedom as an excuse to do not love or evil. Respect everyone and love your Christian brothers and sisters. So even though the Christians are perpetrators and impersonators of Christ, they're not real true Christ beings, love them still. That's why it said this specifically. So respect everyone and love your antichrist Christian brothers and sisters. Fear Yashiaya and respect the king. So much love to you Christians. Although a lot of y'all are doing what you do, you're doing it pretty well. That's all I can say. By the way, I come from a Christian family. My whole family is pretty much of that group, unfortunately. But I still send love to y'all who claim to be that. So slaves, you who are slaves must accept the authority of your masters with all respect. Do what they tell you, not only if they are kind and reasonable, but even if they are cruel. For Yashiaya is pleased with you when you do what you know is right, and patiently endure, tolerate, endure, persevere, overcome unfair treatment with love. Of course, you get no credit for being patient if you are beaten for doing wrong, so you won't get credit for doing this. It's all up to you. There's a reward for doing it though, better than fighting. It's too easy to fight, too easy to get upset, it's too easy to destroy. But is it easy for you to create? Is it easy for you to store? Is it easy for you to save? You see what I'm saying? It's too easy to do the opposite. So do what is difficult and you will gain strength. The difficult path is the way. Of course, you get no credit for being patient if you are beaten for doing wrong. But if you suffer for doing good and endure it patiently, Yashiaya is pleased with you. For Yashiaya called you to do good, even if it means suffering. Just as Christ, Yashiaya, suffered for you, me, him, her, and us. He is your example, and you must follow in his steps. He never sinned. Yashiaya never sinned, nor ever deceived anyone. Yashiaya did not retaliate when he was insulted, nor threaten revenge when he suffered. Yashiaya left his case in the hands of Yashiaya, who always judges fairly. Yashiaya personally carried our sins in his body, flesh and bone, on the cross so that we can be dead to sin and live for what is right, light, white, might. By his wounds you were healed. Once you were like sheep who wandered away, but now you have turned to your shepherd, the guardian of your souls. Hold on one sec. First Peter section 3. Wives, in the same way, you wives must accept the authority of your husbands. Then even if some refuse to obey the good news, your godly lives will speak to them without any words. They will be won over by observing your pure and reverent reverent lives. Don't be concerned about the outward beauty of fancy hairstyles, expensive jewelry, or beautiful clothes. You should clothe yourselves instead with the beauty that comes from within, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is so precious to Yashiaya. This is how the holy women of old made themselves beautiful. They trusted Yashiaya and accepted the authority of their husbands. For instance, Sarah obeyed her husband Abraham and called him her master. You are her daughters when you do what is right without fear of what your husbands might do. Husbands, in the same way, you husbands must give honor to your wives. Treat your wife with understanding as you live together to get her. She may be weaker than you are, but she is your equal partner in Yashia's gift of new life. Treat her as you should, so your prayers will not be hindered. So alright, let me see. So alright, all Christians, all Hebrew Israelites, all Christ beings, Yashiaya beings, finally, all of you should be of one mind. Sympathize with each other. Love each other as brothers and sisters. Be tender-hearted and keep a humble attitude. Don't repay evil for evil or fight fire with fire or water with water. Don't retaliate with insults when people insult you. Instead, pay them back with a blessing. That is what Yashiaya has called you to do, and he will bless you for it. For the scriptures say, if you want to enjoy life and see many happy days, keep your tongue from speaking evil and your lips from telling lies. Turn away from evil and do good. Search for peace and work to maintain it. The eyes of Yashiaya watch over those who do right, and his ears are open to their prayers. But Yashiaya turns his face against those who do evil, suffering for doing good. Now, who will want to harm you if you are eager to do good? But even if you suffer for doing what is right, Yashiaya will reward you for it. So don't worry or be afraid of their threats. Instead, you must worship Christ Yashiaya as the El, the Most High of your life. And if someone asks about your Christian hope or your Hebrew Israelite hope, always be ready to explain it. But do this in a gentle and respectful way. Keep your conscience clear, your consciousness clear. Then if people speak against you, they will be ashamed when they see what a good life you live, because you belong to Christ Yashiaya. Remember, it is better to suffer for doing good, if that is what Yashiaya wants, than to suffer for doing wrong. Christ suffered for our sins. Christ Yashiaya suffered for our sins once for all time. He never sinned, but he died for sinners to bring you safely home to Yashiaya. He suffered physical death, but he was raised to life in the spirit. So he went and preached to the spirits in prison, those who disobeyed Yashiaya long ago, when Yashiaya waited patiently while Noah was building his boat. Only 8 people were saved from drowning in that terrible flood. And that water is a picture of baptism, which now saves you, not by removing dirt from your body, but as a response to Yashiaya from a clean consciousness. It is effective because of the resurrection of Yashiaya. Now Yashiaya has gone to heaven. He is seated in a place of honor next to Yashiaya, and all the angels and authorities and powers accept his authority. So all the archangels, all powers, all authorities are working for Christ Yashiaya, which is the Son of the Most High Yashiaya. Alright, let's go ahead and continue. Emmanuel, 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 which means God is with you. Emmanuel, God is with you. Emmanuel, Emmanuel. That is the ancient Hebrew way to call on Emmanuel, which means God be with you. Alright, so let's continue. Chapter 4. Chapter 4 of Luke. Well, Luke chapter 4, pardon me. The temptation of Yashiaya. Yashiaya, full of the Holy Spirit, the complete spirit, consciousness, pure raw energy, positive energy, returned from the Jordan and was led around by the Spirit in the wilderness. It's funny because Jordan is the river also between Israel and Edom, which are the two tribes that are opposing each other. And if you think about it, you form the line down the center, which is the river, the Jordan River, or the Dead Sea River, or the Red Sea River, whatever they call it. On the left side would be Edom and Ishmael, and on the right, which is the righteous, would be the right wing would be Israel, Isaac. And when you look at the map, actually, you will see that. Let me see if I have a picture of it. It's funny because Edom and Israel are on opposite sides of each other, and it creates a cross, a crossing. You see what I'm saying? A crossing, crossroad. And it's a very narrow road as well, because whatever way you choose, you're stuck on that road until you reach the end. And then once you reach the end, you hit rock bottom and stuff like that. You can then turn around and head back. So I'm going to see if I have it here. Hold on one sec. Absorb this moment. Take a second to breathe. Take a second to absorb everything you heard. And just let your heart speak to you now. Just let your heart speak for once. What does your heart tell you? What is your heart yearning for as a spiritual being? Who are you? Who am I? We are infinite beings, born to succeed in every area of life and existence, no matter what dimension, realm, world, or reality. We are the main star of our independent life, our Christ-dependent life, our Yashiaya, great I am dependent life. But that's me. That's what I know. But what do you know? What do you believe? Who are you? Ask yourself, who am I? I am that I am. So alright, we'll continue. If you want to look at a map of the Jordan River, you can go ahead and you'll see what I'm saying with the Edom, Esau, and the Israel, tribe of Judah, tribe of Jacob, being on opposite sides of each other, which forms a crossing. So for 40 days and 40 nights, Christ was full of the Holy Spirit, Christ Yashiaya, and returned from the Jordan, and was led around by the Spirit in the wilderness for 40 days, being tempted by negative thoughts, negative feelings, negative energy, the devil. Trying to tell him, go get sin and eat, do this and that. What if the people don't care about you? Trying to get in his head like most thoughts get into our head. So the devil is a thought. Matter of fact, the mind is the devil. And your heart is God. It's the best way to comprehend. It's the best way. Although your mind is a tool, it can be used for marvelous things, but then it can also torture you and destroy your life if you can't get rid of certain ideas and thoughts. And he ate nothing during those days. And when they had ended, he became hungry. So all of a sudden he's facing a demon right here. Hunger. Hunger is a demon. It is a physical sensation. So, and the devil said to him, the non-positive energy said to him, or non-positive thought, if you are the Son of God, tell this stone to become bread. Trying to tempt him. That's why I call it temptation, trying to tempt him. Trying to make him use his power for bad. And once he do start to use it for bad, it would corrupt him. So he knew not to do it, where this was headed. That's why he never sinned. And Yashiaya answered him, it is written, man shall not live on bread alone. will not live based on money or bread alone, food. And he led him up and showed him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. And the devil said to him, I will give you all this domain and its glory, for it has been handed over to me, and I give it to whomever I wish. So obviously the earth belongs to the devil. It was here before everybody was here. Anybody. So the devil, which is the serpent, owns here. When you're doing earth worship, you're doing hell worship, devil worship, which means earth worship. That's all voodoo is, earth worship and things like that. So the devil has dominion over this earth, although human have dominion over the earth plus the devil. So the devil and the demons and Satan, Lucifer, all them people are servants of man. They're supposed to be working for us, but they can't deal with that. They can't live with that, so they're rebelling. You see what I'm saying? So the devil is acting as if he has dominion over the earth, but he don't. He really don't. Everything belongs to the Most High. But as he said, it has been handed over to me, and now I can give it to whomever I wish, whatever president I want, whatever leader I want, anybody. And he has. Obama, George Bush. Therefore, if you worship before me, it shall be yours. Yashiaya answered him, it is written, you shall worship Yashiaya, your God, and serve him only. So you shall worship Yashiaya and serve him only. It is written. And he led him to Jerusalem. Yara-wa-shalom, and had him stand on the pinnacle of the temple, and said to him, if you are the son of Yashiaya, throw yourself down from here, for it is written, he will command his angels concerning you to guard you. So that's what the devil tried to use against him. He will command his angels concerning you to guard you. But he's not going to tempt God. He's not going to test God as if he don't believe in God. Like, I know you have doubts. You know you can't do it. That's why you're not doing it. You're afraid because you know you can't do it. I dare you to do it. You know, like, why are you testing the Creator for it? Ignore him. You have nothing to prove. Trying to stimulate the ego, but it won't work. It fails. And on their hands they will bear you up, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. And Yashiaya answered and said to him, it is said, you shall not put Yashiaya, your God, to the test. So you shall not put Yashiaya to the test. When the devil had finished every temptation, he left him until an opportune time. So obviously, see, it wasn't the best time to tempt Christ. Yashiaya, public ministry. And Yashiaya returned to Galilee in the power of the Holy Spirit, and news about him spread through all the surrounding districts. And he began teaching in their synagogues, and was praised by all. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And as was his custom, he entered the synagogue on the Sabbath, and stood up to read. And the book of the prophet Isaiah was handed to him, and he opened the book and found the place where it was written, the Spirit of Yashiaya is upon me, because he anointed me to preach the gospel of the poor. He has sent me to proclaim release to the captives, and recovery of sight to the blind, and set free those who are oppressed, to proclaim the favorable year of Yashiaya. And he closed the book, gave it back to the attendant, and sat down. And the eyes of all in the synagogue were fixed on him. And he began to say to them, today this scripture has been fulfilled in your hearing. And all were speaking well of him, and wondering at the gracious words which were falling from his lips. And they were saying, is this not Joseph's son? And he said to them, no doubt you will quote this proverb to me, physician, heal yourself. Whatever we heard was done at Capernaum, do here in your hometown as well. And he said, truly I say to you, no prophet is welcome in his hometown. But I say to you in truth, there were many widows in Israel in the days of Elijah, when the sky was shut up from 3 years and 6 months, with the great famine came over all the land. So that means the sky was blocked. Pretty much the sun was blocked. It was raining either a lot or not raining much. And the sky pretty much was shut out for 3 years and 6 months. When a great famine came over all the land, which was one of the plagues, famine, one of the plagues, which happens because of greed and deceit, and neglect of the nature, neglecting to plant more plants and trees and stuff like that, consuming too much animals, stuff like that. So it becomes a plague, famine. So and yet Elijah was sent to none of them, but only to Zarephath in the land of Sidon, to a woman who was a widow. So if you don't know what Sidon is or Sidon, if you don't know what Elijah mean, and if you don't know what Zarephath mean, please take note. Research later. If you don't know what Capernaum mean, please take note, because it's the only way that you'll figure out what these words mean. Later on, research them on Yahoo or Google and type into the search box who is or what is Elijah, who is or what is Capernaum, who is or what is Zarephath, and go through many pages and stuff. Don't go to just one source and be like, all right, this is the truth, because there is a lot of misinformation. So from the information you receive, put it all together and look for the original Hebrew Israelite names for these things and decode it. I don't know if you've seen some of my other videos on my page, but I've explained the Hebrew language and how to decode and use the Hebrew Paleo Hebrew language and how to decode things. So a lot of the words you hear me say, like Yashiaya, is pretty much I am in Hebrew, the original language. And when you hear me saying Yashiaya, that is the original Hebrew name for what you guys term Jesus or Christ. Christ is the more appropriate name. So Yashiaya. So do some research. And there were many lepers in Israel in the time of Elisha the prophet, and none of them were cleansed, but only Naaman the Syrian. So look up who is Naaman the Syrian as well. I'm still studying myself, so this might be a note for me, because I do watch my videos too. I do learn from it, because usually it's not me speaking, it's the Most High using me. It is channeling through me, and it's using me as a conduit to get the message across as best as this body can at the moment. So as I go, I will know a lot more, and I will be able to give you the exact meanings of everything. So do your own research as well, guys, please. And all the people in the synagogue were filled with rage as they heard these things. And they got up and drove him out of the city, and led him to the brow of the hill on which their city has been built, in order to throw him down the cliff. But passing through their midst, he went his way, and he came down to Capernaum, a city of Galilee, and he was teaching them on the Sabbath. And this is very important to the Sabbath. Very important. And they were amazed at his teaching, for his message was with authority. In the synagogue there was a man possessed by the spirit of an unclean demon. And he cried out with a loud voice, "Let us alone! What business do we have with each other? Yashiaya of Nazareth, have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of Yahweh." But Yashiaya rebuked him, saying, "Be quiet and come out of him. Be quiet and come out of him now." And when the demon had thrown him down in the midst of the people, he came out of him without doing him any harm. So something just as that, be still, be quiet, come out of him. Simple command. That's all it is, like you're talking to someone. Like you're talking to your child. Get out of that playhouse right now. Get out of that playhouse. Get out. Be quiet and come out of him. Be at silence, or be silent and come out of him. Or silence, come out of him. So these are all forms of exorcism written and being embedded in the Bible. He came out of him without doing him any harm. And amazement came upon them, And they began talking with one another, saying, "What is this message? For with authority and power he commands the unclean spirits, and they come out." And the report about him was spreading into every locality in the surrounding district. Many are healed. Pardon me. Many are healed. Then he got up and left the synagogue and entered Simeon's or Simon's home. Now Simeon's or Simon's mother-in-law was suffering from a high fever, and they asked him to help her. And standing over her, he rebuked the fever, and it left her. "Silence, get out of her. I command for you to get out of her now." And she immediately got up and waited on them. While the sun was setting, all those who had any who were sick with various disease brought them to him. So while the sun was setting, all those who had any who were sick with various diseases brought them to him. And laying his hands on each one of them, he was healing them. The laying of hands is almost similar to Reiki. I don't know if you ever heard of it before, but it's spelled R-E-I-K-I. Reiki healing is similar to chakra healing, where you can actually heal someone's auric field and heal their energetic field and things like that. So demons also were coming out of many, shouting, "You are the son of Yashiaya," but rebuking them. He would not allow them to speak because they knew him to be the Christ, Yashiaya. When day came, Yashiaya left and went to a secluded place, and the crowds were searching for him and came to him and tried to keep him from going away from them. But he said to them, "I must preach the kingdom of Yashiaya to the other cities also, for I was sent for this purpose." So he kept on preaching in the synagogues of Judea. So alright, we're going to go ahead and continue on. Let me put this in my favorites right here. I like this website. If you want to find these websites, just go ahead and type this into your search box. Alright, let's go ahead and continue. So Luke 12, King James Bible, the 2000 version, English. For those of you who don't understand the hither and thither and thou and shouts and all that stuff in the original English language, this is the King James version in simpler English pretty much. Although they switch it up a little bit and stuff, but you see, you have to seek the truth for yourself, because some of the Bible's been switched and manipulated. As you can tell, they're saying God and Lord and Jesus, which are all heathen words, which are all satanic pagan words, if you look it up. So beware of hypocrisy. In the meantime, when they were gathered together an innumerable multitude of people, so which that they thread one upon another, he began to say unto his disciples, first of all, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. Pharisees will be like the heathens, those who act in secret, those who act in occult knowledge, like the secret societies and the government. Beware of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed. So whatever they're trying to cover and lie about and keep secret, there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed. It's been revealed to you now. Revelations. Your government is controlling you secretly. It's a secret society within a secret society, a government within a government, and a nation within a nation, international. Beware of, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever you have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light. And that which you have spoken in the air in private rooms shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. Fear Yashiaya only. And I say unto you, my friends, be not afraid of them that kill the body and flesh, the physical body, the material, and after that have no more that they can do. Because after that, they have no more that they can do. They didn't touch your spirit. They couldn't touch your spirit. You only leave with your spirit. So they touched the scapegoat. They touched the shield. They touch the front man, which is the body. Your body is the front man. It is the tool, the vehicle. They can hurt it, do what it want to it. You don't have to be attached to the feelings. Detach yourself from the feelings. And when they do what they do to it, you go home. They're actually setting you free. Because this body is a prison. It is hell to a point we don't want to leave it. Are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 farthings? 2 farthings. And not one of them is forgotten before Yashiaya? So are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 farthings? If you don't know what this word means, read it as well. And not one of them is forgotten before Yashiaya. So let me move it back. 1. But I will forewarn you, whom you shall fear. Fear him who after he has killed has power to cast into hell. Yeah, I say unto you, fear him. So once again, but I will forewarn you, whom you shall fear. Fear him, Yashiaya, the Most High, the Creator, the Prime Creator, who after he has killed has power to cast into hell. Only Yashiaya has that power. Yeah, I say unto you, fear him. Fear the Most High, because it can cast you into a burning lake of hell, which is extra freezing cold and extra humid and hot all at once. So you're freezing and you're boiling hot all at once. You just can't find peace, and it's just just both at the same time, hot and cold. Whew. So, but even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. So the Creator put as much hair in your head for a reason. Everything to you has a reason, every purpose, every antenna, every facet, every conduit of you. Fear not, therefore, you are of more value than many sparrows. Your spirit is more valuable than many sparrows or bows being thrown at you, or anything that happens to your physical. Confess Christ Yashiaya before men. Also I say unto you, whosoever shall confess me before men, him shall the Son of Man also confess before the angels of Yashiaya. But he that denies me before man, Yashiaya, Bahasham, Yashiaya, shall be denied before the angels of Yashiaya. She got to go through the jury before you get to the judge. Got to go through the security guards before you get to the principal. The Most High Yashiaya is the principal, and the angels are the security guards. They are literally the jury. And whosoever shall speak a word against the Son of Man, Yashiaya, it shall be forgiven him. But unto him that blasphemes against the Holy Spirit, it shall not be forgiven. And when they bring you into the synagogues and into magistrates, the judges, the trustees, all that stuff in court, and powers, take you no thought how or what thing you shall answer, or what you shall say. For the Holy Spirit shall teach you in the same hour what you ought to say. So don't prepare for court. Don't be studying stuff before court. I mean, it doesn't mean don't study, don't become knowledgeable, but do not think about what you're going to say when you get there. Don't think about all that. Just simply be and let the Holy Spirit speak through you and for you, because you're here for a crazy, outrageous spiritual purpose. Which means, yeah, they're going to look at you crazy. Yeah, that means they're going to look at you outrageous. Yeah, they're going to look at you funky. But yet you're not here to fear them. You should only fear the one that has the keys to heaven and hell, which is the Most High Yashiaya. No man has that power. No matter how he purport it and talk strong and act strong and do whatever, he is not the Most High. I am not the Most High. No man is the Most High, but I have the Most High within me. Now that's the difference. The parable of the rich fool. And one of the crowd said unto him, Teacher, speak to my brother, that he divide the inheritance with me. And he said unto him, Man, who made me a judge or a divider over you? And he said unto them, Take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consists not in the abundance of the things which he possesses. And he spoke a parable unto them, saying, The ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, What shall I do, because I have no room to store my crops? And he said, This will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater. And there will I store all my crops and my goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, you have many goods laid up for many years. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But Ahiah said unto him, You fool, this night your soul shall be required of you. Then whose shall those things be which you have prepared? So he is that lays up treasure for himself, and is not rich toward Ahiah. I am. Do not worry or fear. And he said unto his disciples, Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what you shall eat, neither for the body, what you shall put on. The life is more than food, and the body is more than clothing. Consider the ravens, for they neither sow nor reap, which neither have storehouse nor barn, and Ahiah feeds them. How much more are you better than the fowls? And which of you which taking thought can add to his stature 1 cubit? If you then be not able to do that thing which is least, why are you anxious concerning the rest? Consider the lilies, how they grow. They toil not, they spin not. And yet I say unto you, that Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. If then Ahiah so clothes the grass, which is today in the field, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, how much more will the clothe you, or you of little faith? And seek you not what you shall eat, or what you shall drink, neither be of anxious mind. For all these things do the nations of the world seek after. And your father, Abba, Ahiah, knows that you have need of these things. But rather seek you the kingdom of Ahiah, I am, and all these things shall be added unto you. Added. Fear not like flock, for it is your Abba's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Sell what you have, and give alms, prayer, good deeds. Provide yourselves purses, which grow not old, a treasure in the heavens, that fails not, where no thief approaches, neither moth corrupts. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So be watchful, let your waist be girded about, and your lamps burning. And you yourselves be like unto men that wait for their Ahiah, their Most High, when he will return from the wedding, that when he comes and knocks, they may open unto him immediately. Blessed are those servants who Ahiah, when he comes, shall find watching. Verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself. So we are watchers, witnesses, bystanders. We're here to witness everything unravel before our eyes. And this body is the body for the Most High to witness these things. So we're just witnesses. The memory of that goes with you. You must report it to the Most High when you go. So verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself, and make them to sit down to eat, and will come forth and serve them. And if he shall come in the second watch, or come in the third watch, and find them so, blessed are those servants. And this know, that if the owner of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched, and not have allowed his house to be broken through. Be you therefore ready also, for the Son of Man comes at an hour when you think not. So the Son of Man might be Satan. Yeah, the Son of Man is Satan, because he is the Son of Man, not the Son of Ahiah, the Most High, the Son of God. So the Son of Man's already here. He is Obama and Prince William. I'm not going to explain that here. Check out my other videos. I explained all this. This is an addition to everything I've been saying already. Then Peter said unto him, Ahiah, speak you this parable unto us, or even to all? Speak this metaphor. And Ahiah said, Who then is that faithful and wise steward, whom Ahiah shall make ruler over his household, to give them their portion of food at the proper time? Blessed is that servant whom Ahiah, when he comes, shall find so doing. Of a truth I say unto you, that he will make him ruler over all that he has. But if that servant says in his heart, Yashiaya delays his coming, and shall begin to beat the men servants and maid servants, and to eat and drink and to be drunk, Yashiaya of that servant will come in a day when he looks not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in pieces, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. So he will go through the same issues as the unbelievers. And that servant who knew that knew Yashia's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. But he that knew not, and did commit things worthy of stripes, shall be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomever much is given, of him shall be much required, and to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more. So the one that is given a trust, who is in a position of trust, is required much more than someone who's not trusted. And those who make a covenant with the Most High, and those who are committed to the Most High, or say they're committed to the Most High, are required to do much more than those who are not committed. So those who know the truth, and those who are aware of the truth and are aware of what I'm saying right now, are required and has a bigger burden than those who don't. Which means you have to share the word. You have to be fruitful. Awaken your family, your friends, everyone. Just plant the seed is all you're here to do. Plant the seed, be the example. Plant the seed, be the example. Watch it sprout. Let it grow. Teach your children how to take care of the garden when you leave. Take care of the farm. How to keep the farm clean, your consciousness clean. So Christ will bring division. Christ Yashiaya will bring division. I am come to send fire on the earth, and would that it were already kindled. But I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I constrained till it be accomplished? Suppose you that I am come to give peace on earth. So suppose you that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division. So Christ Yashiaya is blatantly saying, it will not be coming in peace this time. I tell you nay, which means no, but rather bring division. So because it's going to be a brutal payment. This is judgment day, punishment day, trials and tribulations, like you going through trials at court. There's a trials and tribulation before your sentence is set free. So the division will be those who are innocent divided from those who are guilty. Guilty of divine perjury, of divine hypocrisy, a divine tort. You see? So there is a heavenly court. The whole idea of earthly court comes from divinely court. As it is in heaven is as it is on earth. So let's continue. For from now on there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. So once again, for from now on there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. So 2 out of thirds, 2 out of 3. And the 2/3 gonna be wiped out, the 1/3 is gonna live. You'll see what I'm saying. You gotta check out my other videos. The father, Abba, shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father. The mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother. The mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. So family is gonna be fighting family. People's gonna be turning against the heavenly mother, the heavenly father, Mother Earth and Father Spirit. The mom, Mother Earth, turning on her son, which is a kid, and Mother Earth turning on her child, just like an earthly mother turned on her son, her earthly son, and the earthly mother turned on her earthly daughter. Son and daughter turning against the Father Spirit, which is the Father. Just like on earth, there are sons and daughters that turn against their earthly father and their earthly parents. So this is all making sense. And our mother and father here on earth is really our mother and father-in-law, because the Most High, Yashiaya, the Most High is our parent. It is our mother and father because it created humans. It created matter. It created breath. It created singing. It created senses. Your mom didn't do that. Your father didn't do that. Your mom and dad was created to do that, but they did not create that. They didn't put that in their self, you see? And if you ask them how they did it, they won't be able to tell you. So from now on, there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. Discern the times. Discern the times. Be aware of the times. Look at the signs. Be aware. Be alert. Be conscious of being conscious that you are conscious. Are you conscious of what I just consciously said? You got to be aware of what you're saying and be deliberately accurate. So discern the times. And he said also to the people, when you see a cloud rise out of the west, immediately you say, there comes a shower, and so it is. And when you see the south wind blow, you say, there will be heat, and it comes to pass. You hypocrites, you can discern the appearance of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that you do not discern this time, the times that we're in? You can tell what weather it is, you can tell when you're hungry and when you need to pee, eating shit, but you can't tell the times that we're in. You can't see around you that something's wrong, something don't feel right, that we're out of place, that we're not where we should be, even though we are going just as planned, just as the story planned it. Something's not right, something's different. Even your dreams try to make you aware of it. Your dreams even try to make you aware that you're in a dream, by forcing you to have a dream at night and become aware that there's such thing as a dream. So therefore, this whole life is a dream. The signs is around us. And the clouds rise out of the west sounds like it can be the nuclear bomb. Because when the nuclear bomb blows up, it sprouts into a mushroom top, a broccoli top. And immediately you can tell it's almost like a shower, like a comet shower. A shower of fallen stars, asteroids, comets, things like that, or missiles and bombs, showers. And you see smoke arising, which forms a cloud out of the west. And when you see the south wind blow, which would be like the hurricanes, tornadoes, you can tell that a lot of heat will come to pass. It's pretty much saying a lot of deaths, a lot of torture, things along that line. But once again, this can mean many things, so stay open-minded about that. This can mean many things right here. So then again, it says, you hypocrite, how can you tell the wind's coming, the heat's coming, and the rain might be coming and all this stuff, but then you can't tell the times we're in? So settle with your adversary. Yeah, and why even of yourselves judge you not what is right? When you go with your adversary to the magistrate, plaintiff, defendant, to the court, as you are in the way, give diligence that you may settle with him. So try to settle the dispute before court. This is what affidavits are for and things like that. Lest he drag you to the judge, and the judge deliver you to the officer, and the officer casts you into prison. So if you try to settle the dispute before court honorably, peacefully, respectfully, then maybe he won't drag you to the judge and to the court. But if you don't, and you enter default and you don't respond, which is a dishonor, then he will drag you to the judge. You can call the Most High the judge, or hire the judge, and the higher the judge, which is the captain of the ship, the captain of the boat, will deliver you to the officer, which is the angels. And the angels, the cherubim, all of them will deliver you into the prison, which is hell, after you go through trials and tribulations, the trial, the jury trial. So I tell you, you shall not depart from there till you have paid the very last penny. So we all have to pay our dues, even half a penny. We have to pay all we owe until all of it is fulfilled, forgiven, and discharged. So alright, let's go ahead and continue. Alright, so Daniel 12, the New Living Translation, the time of the end. At that time, Michael, the archangel, who stands guard over your nation, will arise. I am present. Then there will be a time of anguish greater than any since nations first came into existence. But at that time, every one of your people whose name is written in the book, the Akashic records, the holy book of life, will be rescued. So the names are already written in the book. The people who's going to be boarding the ship of the Most High is already there. They're already written in the book. They're already, like, got their reservation, their admission. They got their tickets already. They're just waiting for the time when the boat's going to departure and we can all lift off. Many of those whose bodies lie dead and buried will rise up. So many of those who died did not die in vain. Most of them will, their bodies will be buried and die, turn nutrients into earth, and their spirits will ascend and become enlightened and be brought to the now. And then when the time comes, they will rise up. This is what the Creator does. It rises the dead, just like Christ Yashiaya had woken up in 3 days. Just like the Bible said, He had showed us that we have eternal life. To a point where your body can become a light body, a light conduit, a merkaba, a light body vehicle. And you can use it to transport your body to different places. So your body, there's a possibility that your body don't have to die. You just have to treat it good, feed it good things that are healthy, things that have positive information in it, positive programming. And when you do that, your body can become as light. And when your body becomes as light, it can do as light. The light no longer will shatter it. It's ready to do what light do. So prepare your light body, physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. You are a body of light. Some to everlasting. So many of those whose bodies lie dead and buried will rise up. Some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting disgrace, non-grace. Those who are wise will shine as bright as the sky, and those who led many to righteousness will shine like the stars forever. But you, Daniel, keep this prophecy a secret. Seal up the book until the time of the end, which is now, obviously, when many will rush here and there, and knowledge will increase, which has. They call it ascension. It's the ascension. The age of Aquarius, blah, blah, blah. No, it's the Creator coming back. The Creator waking us up, pulling aside the veils, pulling the curtains aside, revealing what's truth and unmasking the imposters, taking the sheep's wool and clothing off of the wolf, and taking the wolf clothing off of the demon, seeing what's within that wolf too, which is the spirit that's making the thing do what it do. Then I, Daniel, looked and saw 2 others standing on opposite banks of the river. One of them asked the man dressed in linen, who was now standing above the river, "How long will it be until these shocking events are over?" The man dressed in linen, who was standing above the river, raised both his hands towards heaven and looked, and took a solemn oath by the one who lives forever, Ahaya, Bahasham, Yashiaya, saying, "It will go on for a time, times, and half a time, when the shattering of the holy people has finally come to an end. All these things will have happened." So the shattering of the holy people has finally come to an end, when a last holy person is shattered into pieces. So I heard what he said, but I did not understand what he meant. So I asked, "How will all this finally end, Ahaya?" But he said, "Go now, Daniel, for what I have said is kept secret and sealed until the time of the end. Many will be purified, cleansed, and refined by these trials." So many will be purified, transformed, cleansed new, clean new like water, and refined by these trials, struggles, pain, suffering, and hell. But the wicked will continue in their wickedness, and none of them will understand. Only those who are wise will know what it means. So as we continue, from the time the daily sacrifice is stopped, and the sacrilegious object that causes desecration is set up to be worshipped, which is the idol worship, the statue of Malat or Malkat or Marduk or whatever they call it, the statue of Baal. And there will be 1,290 days left after that desecration, but I don't know if this is true or not. So from the time the daily sacrifice is stopped and the sacrilegious object that causes desecration is set up to be worshipped, there will be 1,290 days. And blessed are those who wait and remain until the end of the 1,335 days. As for you, go your way until the end. You will rest, and then at the end of the times, you will rise again to receive the inheritance set aside for you. Matthew 5. The Beatitudes. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he had sat down, his disciples came unto him, to Yashiaya. And Yashiaya opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they who do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see Yashiaya, the Most High. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of Yashiaya, the Most High. Blessed are they who are persecuted for righteousness' sake. For theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Ahaya Bahasham Yashiaya. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets who were before you. Salt of the earth and light of the world. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt has lost its savor, how shall it be salted? Is it thereafter good for nothing? Is it thereafter good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men? You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a lamp and put it under a bushel, but on a lampstand, and it gives light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works, and glorify your Father whom is in heaven. Yashiaya fulfills the law. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass away, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. So all tittles shall in no wise pass from the law. If you don't know what tittle mean, look it up. So nothing will be changed or passed away from the book of life, which is the Bible, whatever you read, the Torah, King James Version, Apocrypha, whatever it is. All of it will remain the same until it has been fulfilled. It has to be fulfilled or the Creator lied and saved you early before it happened. So prepare to go through the fire. This is what you're here for. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. No murder. You have heard that it was said by them of old time, you shall not kill, and whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council. So Raka, look that up if you don't know what that means, Raka. But whosoever shall say, you fool, shall be in the danger of hellfire. Therefore, if you bring your gift to the altar, and there remember that your brother has anything against you, leave there your gift before the altar, and go your way. First be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift. Agree with your adversary quickly while you're in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver you to the judge, and the judge deliver you to the officer, and you be cast into prison. Verily I say unto you, you shall by no means come out of there till you have paid the last penny. No adultery. You have heard that it was said by them of old time, you shall not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whosoever looks on a woman to lust after her has committed adultery with her already in his heart, which means masturbation, pornography, certain movies, Beyonce, looking at all these people short dressed stuff, all that is lust. All of that is lust. It will deceive you, it will trick you. It is adultery. Adultery isn't always just physical, it's spiritual as well. So, but I say unto you, that whosoever looks on a woman or thinks about a woman to lust after her, has committed adultery with her already in his heart. And if your right eye causes you to offend, pluck it out and cast it from you. For it is better for you that one of your members should perish, and not that your whole body should be cast into hell. And if your right hand causes you to offend, cut it off and cast it from you. For it is better for you that one of your members should perish, and not that your whole body should be cast into hell. No divorce. It has been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, the Most High, or physical wife, except for the cause of fornication, causes her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her, that is divorce, commits adultery. Because once you're married, you're forever married. No oaths. Again, you have heard that it has been said by them of old time, you shall not perjure, penalties of perjury yourself, or place yourself under penalties of perjury, but shall perform unto Yashiaya your oaths. So perform your oath. Don't swear oath. Don't swear in all that stuff. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is Yashia's throne, nor by the earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, Yarawashalam, for it is the city of the great king, Yashiaya. Neither shall you swear by your head, because you cannot make one hair white or black. You do not own anything, not even one branch of your hair. But let your communication be, yeah, yeah, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these comes from evil. So yeas and nays. No retaliation. You have heard that it has been said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you, that you resist not evil. But whosoever shall smite you on your right cheek, turn to him the other also. And if any man will sue you at the law, and take away your coat, let him have your cloak as well. Give it all away, take it all. What, you think I want this? You think I care about this life? Take it, keep it. It belongs to the Creator anyway, so does you. It's alright. And whoever shall compel you to go a mile, go with him too. Give to him that asks you, and from him that would borrow of you, turn not away. Love your enemies. You have heard that, this is in Matthew 5, section 43. You have heard that it has been said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them who despitefully use you and persecute you, that you may be the children of Abba, your Father, who is in heaven. For he makes his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the just and on the unjust. For if you love them who love you, what reward have you? Do not even the tax collectors the same? And if you greet your brethren only, what do you more than others? What do you more than others? Do not even the tax collectors so? Be you therefore perfect, even as your Father who is in heaven is perfect. Go ahead and continue. Ahaya Bahasham Yashiaya Halalahaya. Matthew 10. So 12 disciples in power. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. Now the names of the 12 apostles are these: the first, Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew, his brother, James, the son of Zebedee, and John, his brother, Philip, and Bartholomew. Alright, so Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew, the tax collector, James, the son of Alphaeus, and Labius, whose surname was Thaddeus. So Labius, whose surname was Thaddeus, or Thaddeus. Simon the Canaanite, and Judas the Iscariot. Now, if you don't know who these tribes are, look them up. The ancient Canaanites and the Iscariot, who also betrayed him. So it was Simon the Canaanite and Judas Iscariot who betrayed Christ Yashiaya. So the 12 sent forth. These 12 Yashiaya sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the valley of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter you not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, Yis-RoyAl. As you go, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out demons. Freely you have received, freely give. Provide neither gold, nor silver, nor brass in your purses, nor bag your journey, neither 2 coats, neither shoes, nor yet a staff. For the workman is worthy of his food, of his hire, of his wages. And into whatsoever city or town you shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy. So inquire who in it is worthy, and there abide till you go from there. And when you come into a house, greet it. And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when you depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust off your feet. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment, than for that city. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And you shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what you shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what you shall speak. For it is not you that speak, but the Spirit of Yashiaya, your Father, Abba, who speaks through you. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents, and cause them to be put to death. And you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endures to the end shall be saved. But when they persecute you in this city, flee into another. For verily I say unto you, you shall not have gone over the cities of Israel, Yashiaya, till the Son of Man comes. Awesome. The disciples is not above his teacher, nor the servant above his Most High. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his teacher, and the servant as his creator, the Most High, Yashiaya. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? And this is a demon on this name right here. So if they're calling that the leader of the household, that master, then what would they call the one that created that entity? You know, the quadruple master? You know, there's only one master. Everything else under is servants. We understand. We stand under Christ. Or we stand under the Most High. Christ is equal to us. He is our brother. Fear them not therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. What I tell you in darkness, that speak in light, and what you hear in the air, that preach upon the housetops. Fear Yashiaya only, and fear not them who kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him who is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing? And one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father, Abba. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear not therefore, you are of more value than many sparrows. True believers, confess Christ Yashiaya. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father Yashiaya, who is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny me, Yashiaya, before men, him will I also deny before my Father Yashiaya, who is in heaven. Christ Yashiaya brings division. As we already know, we read this part. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I come to set a man of variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. He that loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, Yashiaya. And he that loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me, Christ Yashiaya, Bahasham Yashiaya. And he that takes not his cross and follows after me is not worthy of me, which means sacrifice. He that finds his life shall lose it, and he that loses his life for my sake shall find it. So stop trying to be normal. Be crazy. Stop trying to keep your life. Be okay with losing your life. Receiving Christ Yashiaya brings reward. He that receives you receives me, and he that receives me receives him that sent me. And he that receives a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he that receives a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. And whosoever shall give to drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water, only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward. So let's continue. We're almost all set. Matthew 11. John the Baptist questions Jesus' ministry. And it came to pass, when Yashiaya had made an end of commanding his 12 disciples, he departed from there to teach and to preach in their cities. Now when John had heard in the prison the works of Christ Yashiaya, he sent 2 of his disciples, and said unto him, Are you he that should come, or do we look for another? Yashiaya answered and said unto him, Go and show John again those things which you do hear and see. The blind receive their sight, and the lame walk. The lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear. The dead are raised up, and the poor have the gospel preached to them. The Holy Ghost spell. The Ghost spell. And blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. And as they departed, Yashiaya began to say unto the multitudes concerning John, What went you out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken with the wind? But what went you out to see? A man clothed in soft clothes. Behold, they that wear soft clothing are in kings' houses. But what went you out to see? A prophet? Yeah, I say unto you, and more than a prophet. For this is he, of whom it is written, Behold, I send my messenger before your face, who shall prepare your way before you. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women there has not risen a greater, than John the Baptist. Yet he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. And from the days of John the Baptist until now the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. For all the prophets in the land prophesied until John. And if you will receive it, this is Elijah, who was to come. He that has ears to hear, let him hear. But to what shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows, and saying, We have piped unto you, and you have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and you have not lamented. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say, He has a demon. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, Behold, a man gluttonous, and a drunkard, a friend of tax collectors and sinners. But wisdom is justified of her children. Woe to unrepentant cities! Then began he to upbraid the cities in which most of his mighty works were done, because they repented not. Woe unto you, Chorazin! Woe unto you, Bethsaida! Look up these words if you don't know what they mean. It's very important. Bethsaida. For if the mighty works which were done in you had been done in Tyre and Sidon, they would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes. Sidon, if you don't know where that's at, in Tyre, you want to look those up, have a visual view of what they're talking about. But I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon at the day of judgment than for you. And you, Capernaum, which is exalted unto heaven, shall be brought down to Hades, which is hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in you have been done in Sodom, it would have remained unto this day. But I say unto you, that it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom in the day of judgment than for you. Yashiaya promises rest. At that time Yashiaya answered and said, I thank you, O Father, Yashiaya of heaven and earth, because you have hid these things from the wise and prudent, and have revealed them unto babes. Even so, Father, Abba, for so it seemed good in your sight. All things are delivered unto me of my Father, Abba, and no man knows the Son, but the Father. So no man knows Yashiaya, but Yashiaya. Neither knows any man the Father, Yashiaya, except the Son, Yashiaya, and he to whomever the Son will reveal him. Come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Alright, let's go ahead and continue. Matthew 16, Pharisees and Sadducees seek a sign. The Pharisees, the people who's working in covenant and in secret, also with the Sadducees came, the the seducers and things like that, the women that seduce. And look up that name though, it actually means something, which probably also means harlot or a prostitute or something like that. And testing him, desired that he would show them a sign from heaven. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, you say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red, Edom. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red, Edom, and overcast. O you hypocrites, you can discern the appearance of the sky, but can you not discern the signs of the times? A wicked and adulterous generation seeks after a sign, and there shall be no sign to be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonah. And he left them and departed. Leaven of the Pharisees and Sadducees. And when his disciples came to the other side, they had forgotten to take bread. Then Yashiaya said unto them, take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. And they reasoned among themselves, saying, it is because we have taken no bread. Which when Yashiaya perceived, he said unto them, O you of little faith, why reason you among yourselves? Because you have brought no bread. Do you not yet understand? Neither remember the 5 loaves of the 5,000, and how many baskets you took up? Neither the 7 loaves of the 4,000, and how many baskets you took up? How is it that you do not understand that I spoke not to you concerning bread, that you should be aware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees? Faith. Have faith. And be aware of these Pharisees, these people working in secret, which is the government, working under covenants and oaths in secret. Then understood they that he bade them not beware of the leaven of bread, but of the doctrine of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. Peter's confession at Caesarea Philippi. When Yashiaya came into the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, whom do men say that I the Son of Man am? And they said, some say that you are John the Baptist, some say Elijah, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. He said unto them, but whom say you that I am? I am. And Simon Peter answered, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God, Yashiaya. And Yashiaya answered and said unto him, blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed it unto you, but my Father, Yashiaya, who is in heaven. And I say also unto you, that you are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it. And I will give unto you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever you shall bind on earth shall be what has been bound in heaven, and whatsoever you shall loose on earth shall be what has been loosed in heaven. Then charged he his disciples that they should tell no man that he was Christ Yashiaya. Christ Yashiaya predicts his death and resurrection. From that time forth began Yashiaya to show unto his disciples how that he must go into Jerusalem, Yis-RoyAl, and suffer many things of the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and he raised again the 3rd day. Then Peter took him and began to rebuke him, saying, be it far from you, Lord, Yashiaya, this shall not be unto you. But he turned and said unto Peter, get you behind me, Satan. You are an offense unto me, for you consider not the things that be of Yashiaya, but those that be of men. So pretty much Peter was trying to rebuke the Most High Yashiaya. and he was really trying to save him, but his earthly ignorance got in the way. Peter was like, no, you're not gonna die. Rebuke what you said. That's not gonna happen. Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And that was a form of rebuke, which means denial, disagreement. So Christ said to Peter, get you behind me, Satan. Whoever will get in the way of what needs to be done. You are an offense unto me. For you consider not the things that be of Yashiaya, the Most High, but those that be of man. A disciple must deny himself. Then said Yashiaya unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. Follow the lead. For whosoever will raise his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father Yashiaya with his angels. And then he shall reward every man according to his works. The transfiguration. Verily I say unto you, there be some standing here who shall not taste of death, till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. So let's go ahead and continue. Matthew 23. Woes to the scribes and Pharisees. Then spoke Yashiaya to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seats. So now they're trying to take on Moses' seat, which means trying to make the law. Because Moses was the original legislator, he who makes the laws. And now these scribes and Pharisees are trying to take his place. These people act in secret. And these people who make these weird laws and rules. Scribe also connects to Thoth. He was the so-called deity and stuff, idol worship god, that's in charge of writings, upside down writings, right side up writings, backward writings, you know, all those stuff. Matter of fact, Thoth is the one who helps the artists in their writing in the music industry. So that's why they're able to put reverse satanic subliminals in their music and have upside down pictures or upside down meanings in some of their pictures. You see what I'm saying? Some of their pictures, when you flip it upside down, like W upside down is M. So Mars and war is the same thing. Martial law, Martian law, war law. You see what I'm saying? Like, they flip things upside down, and that's what these scribes do. They're masters of mischiefs and deceivers and tricksters of writing and expression. They can speak great things and never live up to them, like Obama or Baphomet, whatever his name is. Obama. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do. So whatsoever they bid you, whatever they try to offer you or give you, observe. Don't sign it yet, don't make an agreement yet, don't contract yet, observe. That observe and do, but do not according to their works. For they say and do not do. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves would not move them with one of their fingers. But all their works they do to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries. So they make broad their phylacteries, and enlarge the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost parts of the and love the uppermost places at feasts, and the chief sits in the synagogues, and greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi. That's Jews. But you be not called Rabbi. For one is your teacher, even Christ Yashiaya, and all you are brothers. And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father who is in heaven. Yashiaya, Bahasham Yashiaya, the great I am, in the name of Christ Yashiaya, in the name of Christ Emmanuel, Christ be with you. And Yashiaya means Yashiaya saves, or Christ saves, or the truth saves, my Savior, my salvation, my redemption, my redeemer, my avenger. And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father whom is in heaven. Neither be you called masters, for one is your teacher, even Christ. So there are no masters, no gurus, no sovereigns, no kings, no queens, no fathers and mothers except the Most High Himself, and the Anointed One, the Mashiach, Yashiaya, which is really us, our brother. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant, and whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For you neither go in yourselves, neither allow you them that are entering to go in. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer. Therefore you shall receive the greater condemnation. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you travel on seas, admiralty, and land, to make the proselyte, to make one proselyte. Look up that word if you don't know what that means. And when he is made, you make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves. Woe unto you, you blind guides, who say, whosoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing. But whosoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is bound. You fools and blind, for which is greater, the gold or the temple that sanctifies the gold? And whosoever shall swear by the altar, it is nothing. But whosoever swears by the gift that is upon it, he is bound. You fools and blind, for which is greater, the gift or the altar that sanctifies the gift? Whoever therefore shall swear by the altar, swears by it, and by all things thereon. And whoever shall swear by the temple, swears by it, and by him who dwells therein. And he that shall swear by heaven, swears by the throne of Yashiaya, by him who sits thereon. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you pay tithe of mint, and arise, and come in, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, justice, mercy, and faith. These ought you to have done, and not to leave the other undone. You blind guides, who strain out of a gnat, and swallow of a camel. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you make clean the outside of the cup and the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. Clean within. You blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, then that the outside of them may be clean also. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you are like unto whitewashed sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outwardly, but are within full of dead men's bones and of uncleanness, corporations. Even so you also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within you are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. And a lot of us are, because we're sinners. We still have a lot of things we have to work on within us. So the outside appearance may look good, but within, everyone is crumbling. Very few admit these things and confess their transgressions. But I admit that I have transgressed before. I have been a hypocrite before. I have caused iniquity before. But now that I know that, and I repent to that, and I change my ways around, and I forgive myself, and I know those who I've had harmed in any way in my life forgiven me, and my Creator forgiven me, I am clean new. But I must continue to do what I know is right, what is righteous, and remain clean, so I can still be within the shield and protection of the Most High Yashiaya. You see? So although we all like to be all perfect, we all still make mistakes. Now we still make mistakes. I'm pretty sure I said some things today that weren't so perfect and not so accurate. That's why it's important for us to do our own research, because man is unclean, he is impure. Man does not know everything, woman does not know everything. We are learning, we are students, and the Most High is the teacher. So no man is clean. When we get clean, we get dirty again, like driving down the dirt road. So let's continue. Even so you also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within you are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. Woe unto you, and woe unto me if I am one, you scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you build the tombs of the prophets, and adorn the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, Abba, we forefathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. Therefore you were witnesses unto yourselves, that you are the children of them who killed the prophets. Fill you up then the measure of your fathers. You serpents, you generation of vipers, how can you escape the judgment of hell? Therefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them you shall kill and crucify, and some of them shall you scourge in your synagogues, and persecute them from city to city, that upon you may come all the righteous bloodshed upon the earth, from the blood of righteous Abel unto the blood of Zachariah, son of Barachiah, whom you slayed between the temple and the altar. Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come unto this generation. O Jerusalem, you that kill the prophets, and stone them which are sent unto you, how often would I have gathered your children together, even as a hen gathers her chickens under her wings, and you would not? Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. For I say unto you, you shall not see me again, till you shall say, blessed is he who comes in the name of Yashiaya. So blessed is he who comes, Bahasham Yashiaya, in the name of Yashiaya. Yashiaya, Bahasham Yashiaya, Halalahaya, Halal Yashiaya, Kuwam Yasharala. Alright, let's continue. So Matthew 24, the temple to be destroyed. And Yashiaya went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yashiaya said unto them, See you are not all these things. See you not all these things. Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of your coming and of the end of the world? And Yashiaya answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. False Christs shall come, like Christianity. For many shall come in my name, Christianity, Martian, Christian, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But behold, is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Yashiaya, Bahasham, Yashiaya. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall arise. Obama, the Prince of Europe, Prince William, Barack Hussein Obama, and the Pope, and shall deceive many. Also the Queen Elizabeth. These people aren't those names. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall grow cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. The gospel preached to all nations, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whosoever reads, let him understand. Then let them who are in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him who is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him who is in the field return back to take his clothes. So we're going to have to go to somewhere high, something similar to a mountain. And something's going to cause us to literally flee. Where is it? Alright, flee. So something's eventually going to make us have to flee unto the housetop of a mountain. And once we're up there, do not come down for anything, which means leave everything behind. You're not going to be able to take everything with you. So practice detaching from the material now and letting it go. Being okay with being hungry, which is a demon trying to bother you. Being okay with confusion and being worried and fear and all that, and just let it come in and go out and humble yourself. Because it's going to be a crazy time. Very crazy time. A time where we're going to have to be a light for many. A beacon for many. For the multitude. Neither let him who is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that nurse a child in those days. So those who have children in those days are going to have difficulties, because you're going to have to choose between them or the kid, the material thing. That's what it is. I don't like looking at it like that, but that's what it is, and I must. The child is a material thing just like you are. So is your husband, wife, and family. You might have to leave some of them behind too. And to them that nurse a child in those days, because it's going to be crazy trying to nurse a child and feed and all that. And I happen to be one. All blessings to us. So people with children and stuff like that during those days, may you be protected. But pray you that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. Winter, very freezing, very cold. Whew. Many people would die in the wilderness and nature by the cold and stuff like that. Great tribulation. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. No flesh should be saved. No flesh will be saved, which means all of us are going to have to go. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ Yashiaya, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs, false Yashias, and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, so that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect, the few that will be saved, the one out of three, third. Behold, I have told you before. Therefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. The coming of the Son of Man. For as the lightning came out of the east, and shines even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For wherever the carcass is, there will be the vultures be gathered together. There will the vultures be gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened like an eclipse, and the moon shall not give its light, and the stars shall fall from the heavens, which is like comet, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken, which means the sky will even shake, like HARP opening a hole in the sky, which is a weather machine. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. So the Son of Man is really the Son of the Most High. So I get it now. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together a great sound, probably like something blowing up, because what do you do with a trumpet? you blow into it. So it's going to be a great sound of a trumpet, like saying blowing up, blowing into a trumpet. And they shall gather together his elect from the four quadrants, the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Parable of the fig tree. Now learn the parable of the fig tree. When its branch is yet tender and puts forth leaves, you know that summer is near. So likewise you, when you shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. No man knows the day and hour, but of that day and hour knows no man. No, not the angels of heaven, but my Father, Abba, Yashiaya only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left. 2 out of 3. Once again, watch therefore, for you know not what hour Yashiaya does come. But know this, that if the owner of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have allowed his house to be broken into. So be ready. Therefore be you also ready, for in such an hour as you think not the Son of Man comes. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom Yashiaya has made ruler over his household, to give them food at the proper time? Blessed is that servant whom Yashiaya, when he comes, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make his ruler of all his goods. But if that evil servant shall say in his heart, Yashiaya delays his coming, or he's not coming, or doubt it, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunkards, Yashiaya of that servant shall come in a day when he looks not for him, and in the hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him as under, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Alright, we're going to make this one our last one for today, and we're going to pause. Actually, let me see. We'll stop at Matthew 26. Alright, so Matthew 25, parable of the 10 virgins. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, who took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom comes, go out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go you rather to them that sell, and buy for yourself. So once again, it almost sound like they're talking about selling yourself, or the prostitutes, harlots, stuff like that. So the wise women, we haven't read what the foolish women said. So the wise ones said, they're pretty much not fools. We're not going to give you our vagina, key to our womb like that. You're trying to play games with us pretty much, rather you go find someone that'll sell it to you and you buy it yourself. So that's when whoever is asking this, the bridegroom will go to the foolish wife. So I don't know if I'm right or correct, but it sounds like a metaphor of the vagina and a woman honoring herself and not letting any man just go in, especially without marriage. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgin, saying, Yashiaya, Yashiaya, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour in which the Son of Man comes. Parable of the talents. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants, and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his own ability, and immediately took his journey. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made 5 other talents. And likewise he that had received 2, he also gained another 2. But he that had received 1 went and dug in the earth, and hid Yashia's money. After a long time, Yashiaya of those servants came and settled accounts with them. And so that he that had received 5 talents came and brought 5 other talents, saying, Yashiaya, you delivered unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained besides them 5 talents more. Yashiaya said unto him, Well done, you good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of Yashiaya. He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Yashiaya, you delivered unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. Yashiaya said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of Yashiaya. Then he who had received the 1 talent came and said, Yashiaya, I knew you that you are a hard man. I knew you that you are a hard man, reaping where you have not sown. Reaping where you have not sown, and gathering where you have not spread. Oh, blasphemy. And I was afraid, and went and hid your talent in the earth. Lo, there you have what is yours. Yashiaya answered and said unto him, You wicked and slothful servant, you knew that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not spread. You ought therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own with interest. You ought therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own with interest. Take therefore, like bankers do, they charge you with interest and stuff when you're late on paying your promises. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him who has 10 talents. For unto anyone that has shall be given, and he shall have abundance. For unto everyone that has shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that has not shall be taken away even that which he has. And cast the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. The sheep and goats judgment. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divides his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them of his right hand, Come, you blessed of my father, Abba, Yashiaya, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Yashiaya, When saw we you hungry, and fed you, or thirsty, and gave you drink? When saw we you a stranger, and took you in, or naked, and clothed you? Or when saw we you sick, or in prison, and came unto you? And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, since you have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, you have done it unto me. Then shall he say also unto them of the left hand, Depart from me, you cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me no food. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you took me not into your heart. Naked, and you clothed me not. Sick and in prison, and you visited me not. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Yashiaya, when saw we you hungry, or thirsty, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto you? Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily I say unto you, since you did it not to one of the least of these, you did it not to me. So because you didn't do it to your brothers and sisters and those around you, you did not do it to the Most High. You rejected the Most High. You abandoned the Most High if you did not do this to the least. You see? So since you did it not to one of the least of these, you did it not to me. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal. Alright, find the chapter we're going to read for today. Matthew 26, plot to kill Yashiaya. And it came to pass, when Yashiaya had finished all these sayings, he said unto his disciples, You know that after 2 days is the feast of the Passover, and the Son of Man is betrayed to be crucified? Then assembled together the chief priests, and the scribes, and the elders of the people, unto the palace of the high priest, who was called Caiaphas. If you don't know what this word means, please take note, look it up. And consulted that they might take Yashiaya by its subtlety and kill him. And they said, Not on the feast day, lest there be an uproar among the people. So Yashiaya anointed at Bethany. Now when Yashiaya was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster flask of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head. And as he sat to eat, But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, To what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much, and given to the poor. When Yashiaya knew it, he said unto them, Why trouble you the woman? For she has worked a good work unto me. For you have the poor always with you, but me you have not always. For in that she has poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. And this ointment is similar to, what's the name of it again? It's this ointment, I forgot. It's something that's supposed to make him not feel pain or something like that, or not die or something like that. Some type of ointment. Nah, it's not enchantment. Dang, I wish I could remember it right now. If I remember as I go, I'll tell you guys. So verily I say unto you, wherever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this which this woman has done be told for a memorial of her. Some type of ointment. What is that name again? Oh, embalmment. Pardon me. That's the name. Embalmment. They can pass it over him and it makes him not feel pain or things like that, you know, or stop him from dying. But I have to do more research on embalmment as well. But check that out. That was the ointment. Judas agrees to betray Yashiaya. Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went unto the chief priests and said unto them, What will you give me, and I will deliver him unto you? And they covenanted with him for 30 pieces of silver. And from that time he sought opportunity to betray him. Yashiaya and disciples observed the Passover. Now the first day of the feast of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Yashiaya, saying unto him, Where will you that we prepare for you to eat the Passover? So where will you that we prepare for you to eat the Passover? Where will you eat the Passover? And he said, Go into the city to such a man, and say unto him, The teacher says, My time is at hand. I will keep the Passover at your house with my disciples. And house also represents the zodiac sign, the cusp of the zodiac sign, which was probably Pisces, the end of Pisces, or the beginning of Pisces, the end of Aries. And the disciples did as Yashiaya has appointed them, and they made ready the Passover. Now when the evening was come, he sat down with the 12, and as they did eat, he said, Verily I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. And they were exceedingly sorrowful, and began every man of them to say unto him, Yashiaya, is it I? And he answered and said, He that dips his hand with me in the dish, the same shall betray me. The Son of Man goes as it is written of him. But woe unto that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It would have been good for that man if he had not been born. Then Judas, who betrayed him, answered and said, Teacher, is it I? He said unto him, You have said. The Yashia's supper instituted. And as they were eating, Yashiaya took bread and blessed it, and broke it, and gave it to the disciples, and said, Take, eat, this is my body. And he took the cup and gave thanks, and gave it to them, saying, Drink you all of it. For this is my blood of the new covenant, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. But I say unto you, I will not drink again of this fruit of the vine, until that day when I drink it new with you in Abba's kingdom, in my father Yashia's kingdom. And when they had sung a hymn, they went out into the Mount of Olives. So Yashiaya predicts Peter's denial. Then said Yashiaya unto them, All you shall be offended because of me this night, for it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered abroad. The 12 tribes of Israel will be scattered, which did happen. But after I am risen again, I will go before you in Galilee. Peter answered and said unto him, Though all men shall be offended because of you, yet will I be offended? Yashiaya said unto him, Verily I say unto you, that this night before the cock crows, you shall deny me 3 times. Peter said unto him, Though I should die with you, yet will I not deny you. Likewise also said all the disciples. I will not deny you. I'd rather die with you, blah, blah, blah. The garden of Gethsemane. Then came Yashiaya with them unto a place called Gethsemane, and said unto the disciples, Sit you here while I go and pray yonder. And he took with him Peter and the 2 sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very distressed. Then said he unto them, My soul is exceedingly sorrow, even unto death. Tarry you here and watch with me. And he went with a little farther, and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O Abba, my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will. And he came unto the disciples and found them asleep, and said unto Peter, What could you not watch with me 1 hour? What could you not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray that you enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. He went away again the second time and prayed, saying, O Abba, my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, your will be done. And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. And he left them and went away again, and prayed the third time, saying the same words. Then came he to his disciples and said unto them, Sleep on now, and take your rest. Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed in the hands of sinners. Rise, come, let us be going. Behold, he is at hand that does betray me. Yashiaya arrested in Gethsemane, and while he yet spoke, lo, Judas, one of the 12, came, and with him a great multitude with swords and clubs from the chief priests and elders of the people. Now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, Whomsoever I shall kiss, that same is he. Hold him fast. And immediately he came to Christ Yashiaya and said, Hail, teacher, and kissed him. And Yashiaya said unto him, Friend, why are you come? Then came they and laid hands on Yashiaya and took him. And behold, one of them, who was with Yashiaya, stretched out his hand and drew his sword, and struck a servant of the high priest, and cut off his ear. Then said Yashiaya unto him, Put up again your sword into its place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Think you that I cannot now pray to my Father, Abba, Yashiaya, and he shall presently give me more than 12 legions of angels? But how then shall the scriptures be fulfilled, that thus it must be? In that same hour said Yashiaya to the multitudes, Are you come out as against a thief with swords and clubs to take me? I sat daily with you teaching in the temple, and you laid no hold on me. But all this was done, that the scriptures of the prophets might be fulfilled. Then all the disciples forsook him and fled. Yashiaya the council, and they that had laid hold on Yashiaya led him away to Caiaphas, and the high priest, where the scribes and the elders were assembled. But Peter followed him afar off into the high priest's palace, and went in and sat with the servants to see the end. Now the chief priests and elders and all the council sought false witness against Yashiaya to put him to death, but found none. Yet though many false witnesses came, yet found they none. At the last came 2 false witnesses and said, This fellow said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and to build it in 3 days. And the high priest arose and said unto him, Answer you nothing. What is it which these witness against you? But Yashiaya held his peace. And the high priest answered and said unto him, I adjure you by the living God, Yashiaya, that you tell us whether you be the Christ, the Son of God, Yashiaya. Yashiaya said unto him, You have said so. Nevertheless I say unto you, hereafter shall you see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power, and coming in the clouds of heaven. Then the high priest tore his clothes, saying, He has spoken blasphemy. What further need have we of witnesses? Behold, now you have heard his blasphemy. What think you? They answered and said, He is guilty of death. Then did they spit in his face and buffeted him. And others struck him with the palms of their hands, saying, Prophesy unto us, you Christ, who is that struck you? Who is he that struck you? Peter denies Yashiaya 3 times. Now Peter sat outside in the courtyard, and a maidservant came upon him, saying, You also were with Yashiaya of Galilee. But he denied it before them all, saying, I know not what you say. And when he was gone out into the porch, another maidservant saw him, and said unto them that were there, this fellow was also with Yashiaya of Nazareth. And again, he denied it with an oath, which is a sin. Under the penalties of perjury, I do not know him. I swear to God, blah, 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 all this stuff. I do not know the man. And after a while came into him they that stood by, and said to Peter, surely you also are one of them, for your speech betrays you. Then began he to curse and to swear, saying, I know not the man. And immediately the cock crowed. And Peter remembered the words of Yashiaya, who said unto him, before the cock crows, you shall deny me 3 times. And he went out and wept bitterly. So that is it for now, guys. I hope you guys learned a lot from this section. When we get into part 2, we'll continue on with the Bible study classes and stuff, and setting us free. I hope you guys receive lots of grace, peace, freedom, and abundance in your life. May you continue to seek for the inward truth and know the light that you are, and shine that light that you are, and enter the dark with your light and shine it within the dark until the whole room is luminescent. So we end this in a positive note. May the Most High continue to be exalted. May the Most High's name be restored. Ahaya Bahasham Yashiaya. And may the 12 tribes of Israel resurrect and relift again. Kuam Yasharallah. Kuam Yasharallah. Kuam Yasharallah. Kuam Yashiaya. Kuam Yashiaya. Kuam Yashiaya. Kuam Mahaya. Kuam Mahaya. Kuam Mahaya, Halalahaya, 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 I am. Shalom, everyone. Halalahaya, all praises to the Most High.